Session
Gonna say hi to
0.75.
everyone.
Dude, I'm gonna label this as fucking session
Session
0.0.
0.5.
0.2.
No, this is
0.0.
Yes, 0.0. No, it'll be 0.2. Or 0 part 2? It doesn't matter. I already cussed within the first 30 seconds of the video. We're already
Cool,
screwed.
you're not allowed to do that.
I
We can do
know.
that. We just won't get advertisers, and let's be honest, we're an actual play. We're not gonna get advertisers anyway.
Yay!
This is my stepping stone to work with Matt Mercer. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if they
should
hire.
I burn that bridge immediately?
We'd have to build the bridge first. Anyway, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
I can get a job that helps me build bridges.
You're a painter.
No, I'm not.
You're a paint maker.
Okay, I mean,
That doesn't mean you're a painter.
very loose term there.
I
mean-
make paint.
Do I put the color in the paint? Yes. Do I make the paint? No.
Well, how are you not making the paint if you're putting the color in the paint?
Well, that is its own step in a lot of modern acrylic paint.
The machine does that. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
And? Just because the machine makes the car doesn't mean the people working on the cars aren't helping.
Well, our Lord and Savior Elon Musk would disagree with you.
Oh, Elon can go screw himself with a insert
I'm
derogatory
sorry, did I not
thing
put
here.
enough stink on that sarcasm?
You didn't. The voice doesn't help.
God King, our beloved and wondrous Elon Musk. How's that? Better?
Well, at least I'm going to get a bunch of hate views at the very least, which will boost my numbers regardless.
Are we recording, by the way?
Yes, we are recording,
Alright.
by the way.
Hi, everyone. I'm Whale, aka Vera. I'm playing Hannah Voss.
So like a lot of people here.
There's one person here, and that's me.
I'm
But go
saying
ahead.
Hi for the recording and the audience watching us there.
Fair enough. Florida man,
What?
introduce yourself,
I don't want to.
please.
I'm Asmodee and I'm playing Kip, the kobold.
All right, Prinny, your turn.
I'm Pretty. I'm playing Shinju, the rock lady.
Tonight we are going to be wrapping up some characters, going through, hopefully, the first instance of combat, which gets them used to some of the rules. We'll do some
That
basic...
ain't happening.
Oh my god. Kip, just because you're a kobold doesn't mean anybody else doesn't want to fight. Although, one of you is a priest and the other one is also not a healer, a helper of peoples of sorts. More likely to bandage somebody's wounds than beat them to death with a hammer. Although,
Handy woman. I can do what needs to be done. Crushing some mutant rat that's ran out of some abyss portal 200 miles away. I'll do that just as easy as I'll help an old lady clean her gutters.
phrasing. We all had the HR training for this.
I'm talking about actual gutters.
Alrighty. Now, I'm going to drop a... Which stratagem did you pick up?
The one that increases move speed. I had it in my Godspeed's what it's called.
God, I
had it in
heard
my
that,
features already, but if
and
you
all I
have
could
it
think of
hidden-
was Helldivers. I was playing Helldivers all this morning.
Oh, is Godspeed a thing in Helldivers?
No,
but
but
stratagems
stratagems
are.
are.
Stratagems are. Okay. Yeah, I picked up the stratagem that lets me call in a Bane Blade.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's weird that you can just get it at level 1. The system's super generous. I do have to invoke the name of the god of Bane Blades. I think his name is Creed.
I think that's true.
Hey, Godspeed. Cool. And this is, because it doesn't cost anything, and it is free to do, it's going to be permanently on me, and I can give it to other people.
It's free real estate.
Nice.
So I'm fast as fuck, boys. I'm
Kip's
not
the only fuckboy here.
I am fast.
Whoa.
Too far?
Oh, it won't let me increase my limited movement. Weird. I wonder if there's a way I can force it to do that.
Hold on a second.
Maybe if I do that. No, actually, that breaks it entirely.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see
Super breaks it.
here. This
I'm
only
looking at
lasts
ranged
10
beats.
seconds.
I mean, my
can't
limited
understand
movement
them.
is too high, or I can remember that. That's whatever.
Ability. Not
From what I
those.
read, it looks like
Features?
strategists and tacticians can, like, they can pick one to benefit from passively themselves. Since I only have the one that doesn't have an edge cost. So, like, you can't permanently give yourself the super boost edge costing ones, but I don't have any of those.
I can give it a move mod, but I can't give it a limited move mod.
Yeah, exactly. I already gave it the move mod of 5 from Godspeed, and I can just do that on my own sheet. Whatever. I'll let everyone know that when I give it to them, they have an extra 2 limited movement, which is super useful because that's very hard to get.
I thought your name was Kip, not Mark.
What?
Who said anything about Mark?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, are you hearing things again? Are the voices telling you stuff?
It's losing it.
Did they give you the lottery numbers this time?
It's right there in the chat.
That's Mark's Kobold. That's my new class.
Yeah, that's Mark's Kobold. Instead of Marksman or Markswoman, it's Mark's Kobold.
You gotta keep
It
up.
really should just be Mark's Bold, by the way.
I could, but I'm not gonna change now.
Okay. Have you bought all your gear, guys?
Yes. I've got my magic belt, my enchanted hammer, and my wonderful performer's clothes. I'm ready to give them a show they won't forget.
Mace, chainmail, holy symbol. Good to go.
Did you buy the rocks you're going to be eating?
I
No, I'm
don't
gonna
eat.
just I'm
Eating
gonna
is for
slather her
healthy.
in healing potions. It'll be fine.
You don't eat rocks? For
You don't
shame,
eat
sir.
anything.
For shame. I don't know why I assumed fluorites eat rocks. Because clearly
Yeah,
they
I
should
don't
be
know
eating
either.
toothpaste.
Because clearly fluorites are just Gorons, but, you know, anime style sexy instead of the normal Goron kind of sexy they already all are. And if
Really?
you tell me Gorons aren't sexy, you're racist.
No, they are clearly sexy.
Exactly.
But we all had that HR training, so.
Listen, both Hannah and Vera are extremely body positive.
Motherfucker. Where's the book?
Oh, I forgot what those things looked like. I had to go look it up.
What?
Did you just say ew to a Goron?
Yeah.
All right.
Rennie.
Prinny, you lose 14 MP.
TKP.
Oh no.
14.
you
That's
lose
more than how much I
14.
have.
I'm not going to tell you 14 of what, but you lose 14.
I already
Yeah.
told him he lost 14 MP.
I know, but you took a while to say that.
Because I was deciding if I wanted it to be HP or MP.
Listen, if you wouldn't go shopping with your Goron gal pals and hype them up to look incredible in a new garnet rosary, frankly, you're a bad friend.
I have never claimed to be a good friend, and maybe they just need to know that.
But let's be
Might
honest.
not be their color.
Let's be honest here. A garnet necklace to them is a sweet tarts necklace to us.
Yeah, it's fashionable and a snack. Just like them.
I can't argue with that logic.
I'm just saying, I would be a good girlfriend to my Goron gal pals. I don't know about the rest of you.
Let's be
I
honest,
also
though.
need to
Kip
step
is...
away to refill my drink, because I am done character creation-wise. I'm good to go.
Alright, Kip, are you still buying stuff?
I don't know.
Damn it, Kip. You're not even a luchadora, man. I need you to do better.
Luchador didn't have any gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time he's had to worry about gear.
Hold
in,
on, hold on.
3-4 years.
Luchadora was nothing but gear.
Yeah, but it was stuff like you just gave me, and I didn't find it and buy it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I gave you nothing.
Wasn't Luchador's starting gear like literally just tons of rations?
Yes.
Yeah, and I was giving out rations like they were candy.
We still never ran out.
Also, yes. Oh
good.
my god. Where's my monstrous lore book, Prenny?
I think you guys should just eat mana like me. Or mana.
I think that's what I actually do.
We can eat food too, but we don't need to.
Oh, I can't do that.
I still
You
think
know,
you
love-
eat Mako stones. Or you suck on it like a sponge.
Maybe she chews on them like a teething little dragon.
Or uses them like everlasting gobstoppers.
Yeah. They're jawbreakers.
Shinju's just a character from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Exactly. Don't ask how her stone can stretch like that. It's cartoon physics. We don't worry about it.
How many evocations do I get as an alchemist? 1 per level?
1 per level. Also, I don't know if I have evocations in here.
Wow. Wow.
What are evocations for?
I didn't know you had an alchemist.
Oh,
It's good.
alchemist.
You didn't look at my 18 classes and see one of those was alchemist? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Shame.
Did you have enough things for an alchemist? Oh,
Alchemist
It's a
is
minor class.
so probably.
yep, minor noble. Got it.
I'm only minor classes.
Alright, well, give me a sec.
I'm almost only minor classes. Actually, that's a lie. I took 2 major classes. What am I talking about?
Immediate lie.
I forgot I changed from a fencer to battle dancer, okay?
Immediate lie.
Yeah. Immediate major lie, for shame.
What book was the alchemist in?
I don't know.
Oh my god. I'll tell you, Tia. Give me a sec.
Book 3.
CR3,
Yeah,
page 107.
beat me to it.
Which evocation are you taking?
Dude, this wiki's so good.
Which evocation are you taking?
I don't know yet. I haven't looked.
Oh my god.
Probably Vorpal weapon, so I can put
This is why.
damage on allies.
Vorpal weapon's a level 1. Oh, okay.
It's so
Vorpal weapon
it's,
is a lot
it's
less.
+1 damage. It's not.
Vorpal weapon is significantly less of a cool ability than the name would imply.
Yeah, it makes it sound like it's really strong, but it's really not.
Could I make a suggestion? Yeah.
What?
Grab bark mail. Not because of the
I'm
Kobold
sorry.
one,
That's racist, and I'll do it.
but because I think for our group, the ability to prevent damage is going to be harder to come by than the ability to deal damage.
All right, hold on a
I mean-
second. I'm making your evocation.
I have a lot of healing.
You do, but there's no reason to not be...
So you just want me to have green cards in my pocket, huh?
So
It's messed up.
I don't
I'm
know.
actually of the opposite opinion. I think we don't have enough damage dealing in the party.
You guys have big fucking hammers.
No, I have a big fucking hammer.
So does he.
No, she has a ball on a stick.
No, I did not take that because those are dumb. Oh wait, no, you're
I'm talking about a mace.
which one did
You didn't want the flail. I thought you got the hammer.
Yeah.
I thought
When
you
you
both
said
had the
ball on
same
stick,
hammer.
I immediately went to flail.
Oh
because
yeah, no,
flail's all
that's
around.
a ball on a chain on a stick.
Yeah, fair. Which hammer did I get?
The one on the right?
I think I didn't go.
Yeah,
mace
I
either.
mean, honestly, both Vorpal Weapon and Bart Mail are going to be equally useful, I think.
Yeah.
Giving yourself a boost to damage, especially because you're so small. You're just such a small little boy.
Wow.
What?
way I
Put
see
him in
it-
my pocket.
We only have one dedicated damage dealer.
And that's
Well-
Kip.
Isn't Veb?
I
What's
don't
Veb?
know what Veb is, and Veb.
Veb is an inheritor, grappler, sorcerer, sage.
Okay, so Veb and I are both damage dealers primarily, with some support ability.
I'm like 35 support classes.
Those are
a lot.
commons classes.
They count
Yeah,
as support.
exactly. Support.
Yeah, look at them. Chef, support class. Explorer, support class. Hunter, support class. Fisher, support class.
I've seen the skill
The
list
list goes
chefs
on.
get access to. You can do some pretty crazy pre-battle buffs like it's fucking Monster Hunter or something. It's cool.
I was gonna go Bard too, but
We
we
already
already
have
gonna
a
have a
bard,
Bard,
and she's
so I didn't-
beautiful.
so I didn't want to go Bard 2.
I thought y'all were just going to create a big bard group.
No, we were going to be chefs, remember? I'm the
I
one
will
stuck with that plan.
immediately kill everyone.
I'm a chef. I'm a level 3 chef.
One chef versus everyone chef is completely different.
I'm good at getting you ingredients to cook, but I'm no chef.
I do that too.
We can do it together.
A butcher, an apothecary, a leather worker. I got level 1 beggar just in case we need a bag. The list goes on.
Did it
Actually-
come with the grovel skill?
I think it does.
That's really good.
It comes with begging.
I've got social, so I'm good at not groveling.
I think that's the only one skill I don't have is social.
Yeah, that's right. Who would have guessed? The pretty face is also the face of the party.
I thought pretty would be the face of the party.
To be
Pretty
fair,
Character.
out of all of you, you and Prinny are the only ones that are probably going to be able to pull that off to begin with.
Talk.
Bub's sticking with their original idea. Don't they just look like a normal human most of the time anyway?
Yes, with a blindfold.
Well, what? Are we gonna walk into some ableist kingdom?
Probably yes.
Yeah, I don't like the silence that follows that. All right.
I mean,
You know what?
I don't know how to put this. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not common for somebody to be wearing a blindfold all the way or all over the
Why not?
place.
In a world with magical healing, I would expect someone who's blindfolded to have been cursed by something, which means they did something to get cursed. So I wouldn't
You-
trust them.
You say
There's also
but
that.
One of the things that happens when you're resurrected is you can lose a sense.
You can.
So, like, it's probably not that uncommon.
I'm not going to say it's so uncommon that they will get accosted for it. However, the side glances will happen. And maybe the odd child going, Mommy,
okay.
look.
They won't see the side glances. It's fine.
All right, moving swiftly.
Wow.
What?
Moving swiftly
Now that I
on.
think about it, like someone that looks like they've been resurrected multiple times, I think would actually have even more people that don't want to interact with them because they're clearly then in some sort of rough and tumble work, which you don't want to get involved in that. You don't need that in your life.
Or they just
We
really suck.
are literally card-carrying members of the guild that hires people to do rough and tumble work.
Even more reason not to get involved.
To talk to us.
Yeah, if they're not an adventurer and they're not a vendor and they're not a noble, most people probably don't want to just
I don't know why
stop the
included
people
nobles
with
would-
giant weapons on the side of the street just because.
I don't know why a noble would want to talk to us, but I think they'd be with the normal people too.
I mean, because
That don't want to
nobles
see us.
sometimes have quests.
Like, they would
they're the
deign to talk to us
primary
directly.
source of adventurer guild funding.
You'd be
You know,
surprised how many anime tropes it is where you just go and accost somebody like that as a noble.
Yeah, also.
Or how many times they go,
literally-
not accosting them, but so much as them going to a nobleman's home for the quest.
I mean, the
Yeah,
trope
I
also
was
tends to
reading
include
the
it
lore of
being-
the worlds, like
What about the War of the Worlds?
the lore of the world.
I know the lore of the world. Someone stabbed her with a sword. Hence the sword world.
But yeah,
Okay.
the prince of this kingdom specifically is like a really chill guy that'll
Yes.
just go to the Adventurers Guild and hang out with people.
He's also half Lucant.
Yes.
I think it being notable that he does that shows how unusual that is in the grander scheme.
Well,
of
it's
things.
considered unusual because most of the time, the Adventurers Guild sends people to the nobles at the nobles' request. Most of the time, the nobles don't go there because they're too important.
Exactly.
Muy importante.
That's what I was trying to get. Is like I'd be surprised if the nobles directly interact at all, and it's not just all like servants interact with the adventurers, being like, "Oh, Lord so and so desires you to go to this area and kill these goblins."
Well, the Adventurers Guild does have some protections against that. Mainly that the person who wants the quest done is the one that has to talk to the adventurers and give them the quest. The guild just facilitates as kind of a middleman. That's like, hey, such and such has a quest for you. We verified that they're good to pay the reward or whatever. Go talk to them. And then the Adventurers Guild vets adventurers, so like, someone doesn't pretend to be some sort of sellsword and kill a noble because they're an assassin from some other country or whatever. This world is pretty cool.
Why would you just register your servants as the person who's going to be asking for the quest then, so you don't
Well, I'm
have to
certain
interact
some
with
of
people
them
with
do.
swords?
But it's not that uncommon to deal directly with people. After all, kind of interhuman conflict is fairly rare.
I'll
with
enter a human
all
conflict.
non-monstrous races being under the umbrella of human in this world.
I'll enter the humans in conflict.
Harves is the name of the kingdom of the Burlight region.
Alrighty. What are your guys' levels, just out of curiosity?
1.
1.
2.
2.
Are you a 2? Oh! Jesus, you do have a 2. Kip is a 2. That
Why is
threw
that
me
so
off.
upsetting to you?
Yeah.
I thought you spread yourself out so thinly that you might just be a 2. I understood that
I'm
Shinji
only minor
was a 2.
classes. Minor classes are cheaper.
hence my confusion there for a moment. I apologize.
I'm quote unquote spread out, but
Oh,
not really.
okay.
Did you put that skill in?
What's a skill?
Oh, evocation, there it is.
He's-
Bark mail. I don't actually know where that goes.
Exactly
Did you
where
put
I
Vorpal
put
instead
it.
of Vorpal weapon?
Oh,
What do you mean? Where does it go? Right there.
I didn't know you put it on my character sheet already.
Yeah, it falls in your features.
I need green cards, please.
No. No, you're from Florida, sir. It's a lot harder to migrate there.
No, it's not. You just float over on a raft.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
We all had that HR training.
And guess what? I have ship steering small vessels.
Oh damn! Thanks, you're good at that.
Not going there. We all had that HR training.
Did we?
I sure as hell did.
I was out in the water when that happened.
So,
Did I
why
get
were
a
you asking about our levels, Mr. GMD, sir?
He doesn't know.
So that I can balance the encounter fairly.
Is like two like a lot more than one?
No,
No.
Joe's
I know
not
it's-
substantially more powerful than me.
So... where
I mean, this isn't like
my...
Pathfinder 2 where fighting a monster 2 levels higher than us is essentially like fighting God.
That's correct,
Hmm.
because this game was designed by people that understand that.
So...
How do you make a mess of a game that's more unintuitively balanced than 4E? I love 4E.
It wasn't that
Pathfinder's
bad.
not
It just...
4E.
He suffered from overbalancing.
Yeah, and 2E is the worst version of it. Pathfinder 2E, I mean.
No, I'd still say that 3 had worse balance than 2E.
No, being overbalanced.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
2E's overbalancing is kind of an issue, but the 3 action system is just so good, I don't care.
Hey, the good news is you're going to be able... That was a sentence. You're going to be able to enjoy the 3 action system with Starfinder 2E. Except
We
that's
are
balanced by a
already
team
looking for that.
actually knows what they're
Yeah,
doing.
in 3 years.
No, it should be out either sometime next year or the year after.
Yeah, but when are we gonna play?
Probably after Crucible?
You guys
What's
have a Crucible
Crucible?
game?
Huh? What?
Didn't you just say after Crucible?
Yeah, right now the plan is for Crucible after Sword World. So my goal is to at least make this last a year.
Which one's
Okay, well.
Crucible?
Hopefully I can still join you guys for Crucible. Crucible's a cool game.
Yeah, so Prenny purchased some of the Crucible, or not Crucible. There was a Kickstarter I jumped on called Ember, which is going to be backed by either 5e or Crucible. I'm going to be running it out of Crucible because I want to see what Foundry can handle as for a system that's made particularly for it.
Yeah, a fully compatible system like Crucible is.
Yep. Not only that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a what's the word? Final Fantasy weeb, and I really fell in love with the whole branching tree system that they had, the Magisphere system, and Crucible kind of reminds me of all that. But again, Prinny purchased half of it. I plan to run it. I'm even getting the physical book to go along with it, so it's on my thing to do.
Well,
Just all the integrations and other stuff though that they're going to
I'll
include
be
on top of it.
around, so when this game concludes, if I'm invited, I'd love to play it.
to put it in super clear terms, because you kind of talked around it, Dia, or Asmo, Crucible was built by Foundry devs to work on Foundry as a VTT TTRPG
Ah, yes,
to
that.
take advantage of all the automation that you get on a VTT.
It's a lot of words.
Say what?
It's a lot of words you just said.
They basically tried to hybridize a TTRPG and a video game.
Yeah, it's built for Foundry versus like playing D&D on Foundry. You know what I mean?
Well,
It takes
versus
full
all the things
advantage of the
automatically.
fact that you've got computers to do
Mhm.
a lot of stuff for you. So it's mechanically complex on the back end that reflects easily on the front end. If that makes any sense to you.
or any more
Sure.
sense.
Yeah.
No, the wolf does not have 89 MP
Why not?
because it's not half fluorite.
Can't believe we're not fighting a toothpaste bowl.
Squeeze it by the tube.
I would not suggest doing that. You're either going to get milk or not milk. And he said bowl, so it's not milk.
It's milk of the bull. Leche del toro.
I'm not
There's
going
a-
there.
Major VTuber recently who put a they use thumbnails that fan artists make for them often, and a fan artist made one of her like drinking from a glass milk bottle, but on the bottle in small letters it said Leche del Toro, and she hadn't noticed, and it caused a bit of a kerfuffle on Twitter. It was fun.
Hey, listen. If a big, strong Minotaur guy wants to offer, we'd have to see where it goes.
It goes to the Morning Glory Farms, of course.
Apparently, my stream cut off a portion of the description.
Eh?
No.
Oh, no, never mind. I just didn't have it typed in. I'm lazy.
Okay. I thought it cut
Oh,
off
you just
half of
didn't
the
type
description
it.
of the stuff we were saying. I'm like,
No. I forgot to type in Sword World. I only had sword on the thing.
yes,
We're
welcome
playing-
to the stream. Today we're streaming Sword.
Playing with swords.
We all had that HR training, sir.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember actually getting HR training in my new job.
They don't give you CVTs to train on?
Mm.
I think Prini just doesn't get training.
I don't. I'm now working for a small company as a subcontractor, and so they don't do much.
Subcontractor.
Yep.
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're making us fight 18 wolves? This is fucked up.
Oh! Yeah, we forgot to go into the description of how the balance works. So, I take your levels, add them together, and I should be able to add monsters equal to that number with their levels against you. Should. And for more difficult fights, I can add like a +1 here and there. And I think they said that the strongest monster I should throw against you guys is going to be the highest level amongst the party +1.
Level 3 monster.
You guys could fight a Grey Lynx or an Anaconda. But my Anaconda don't
Anacondas.
want none.
Anacondas, natural leaders of wolves.
Hey.
I mean, they'll try. Anacondas will try to eat a lot of stuff that they probably shouldn't.
You could just walk up on a fight between anacondas and wolves, and now suddenly they have a greater enemy to kill.
Yes, wild animals definitely know how to band together to fight a new foe.
I mean, Some species absolutely do. See crows and wolves, for example.
I mean, it is like most
Mhm.
video games where two things are infighting and you shoot one of them and they both turn to fight you, and you're like, what the fuck? Keep fighting each other. Don't let me stop you.
Again, greater of two evils. The guy with the gun or the thing with the teeth?
You think an anaconda is like, man, I really clocked that guy has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, keep
Let
in
me
mind, this
let me
is
talk to the
anime
wolf
fantasy.
right now with my snake voice to band together to fight the guy with the gun.
This is anime fantasy. Maybe anaconda are smart.
I don't believe it.
Snakes in general are pretty smart.
What?
Not-
No, they're
They're
not.
usually smart enough to cross special boundaries to form a united
Don't some of
front.
them eat their own tails?
Yes.
That not anacondas. Very specific species of snake do that, and it's usually because something is very wrong.
They got
Like,
minimal
impressions
brain
or
damage.
fight that makes them do it.
Yeah, I was under the impression that any snake would do it if the proper stress condition was met. It was just one of those things that happens when their life is fucked.
No, it's species dependent.
I'm so down pat I'm gonna eat my own tail.
I don't think being down bad has anything to do with it. I think it's more I'm starving to death.
I could throw a bulg at you guys.
Why would we fight a cute fuzzy boy?
Because they train wolves.
Okay, that doesn't actually answer my question.
Because they train wolves?
Is that illegal?
No. Wait.
Then why would we fight one?
It might be.
Because
Maybe
bulgs
they're
are
training
barbarous.
for nefarious purposes.
Yeah, but I can talk him down.
No, I'm sorry. Bulls are barbarous. What a horrible thing.
Do you notice we have no humans again in our party?
We really hate humans, don't we?
Well, actually, I love humans. I spent most of my life helping them. Well, helping my mom help them.
When's the last time there was a human in our party?
What are you talking about? You've got two in your party. One just happens to have a blindfold for whatever strange reason, and the other one has a big hammer and a weird aura about her.
Ah, yes. Humans, not allowed to have big hammers.
It's true. This is a very big hammer. with
You
a
pick up
very
one hammer,
crazy-
boom, no longer human.
Yep, that's how it works.
They take your card immediately.
Oh, boy.
That's why this is Sword World.
That's true. Shit, do I have to switch back to being a melee character again now?
I
Use a
guess,
sword
I
again?
guess bulgs are Yomo, which is a special kind of barbarous. So
Dude.
yeah.
Have you not watched, which Monogatari was that? Where everything was called a sword.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a Katana Gatari.
Oh,
Katana Gatari,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. Unrelated to the rest of the Gatari series.
Oddly enough, yes.
Yeah.
It is its own unique world with its own unique author and art style, and the way they draw eyes is beautiful. Also, one of the only anime to ever make me cry. Suck my non-existent dick, Clanad.
I am. Let's not start a flame war with the one person in this chat.
Is it still you?
Yeah, it's still just me.
Katana Gatari was Monogatari's author. I had to double check that.
Is there giant robots in it? If it's not, I don't watch it.
I forget what Gatari means. It's like story or something?
Story, yeah. Monogatari means my story, essentially.
And Katana Gatari is just sword
Means
story.
sword story.
Uh,
Also-
Despite having very little to do with actual swords.
No, it was all about swords. Every episode was swords.
Like, the last arc of that series was about a bunch of weapons that weren't swords.
Dude,
Nope,
the
they
main
were swords.
character was holding a sword.
The main character was
Allegedly.
a sword.
Yeah, so he was holding a sword.
Also, like, the like anti-hero of the series uses 2 automatic pistols. What do you mean?
No, those are 2 semi-automatic swords.
They are not. Even she doesn't call them swords.
I'm gonna call
Clearly
my
swords.
bow a sword.
She.
Alright, I mean, if we're gonna fight some fuzzy boys, we're gonna fight some fuzzy boys. And
I
there's nothing
need
about it.
to rename some files, apparently, because when even though I have them on separate folders in here, when they add them, I'm not going to bore you with the details.
No, please.
I did a
Come on,
dumb.
Mr. Sysadmin.
Why do I?
I'm a business. I'm not what?
I'm a businessman.
I was about to say a business admin. I'm not a business admin.
Why do I have a tab open about twist prime numbers?
I don't know. Something about the Fibonacci sequence.
Has nothing to do with prime numbers.
There are a few prime numbers in the Fibonacci sequence.
Well, sure, but that's irrelevant to the sequence.
But you said it had nothing to do with prime numbers. There is prime numbers there.
Whatever. Throw the tall fuzzy people at us.
I'm only throwing one at you. And
Throw
hopefully
the one tall fuzzy person at us.
hopefully this doesn't kill somebody.
So it's not canon, it's just testing the combat system, so if it does, we learn.
Oh,
I remember what G.I. Joe taught me as a kid.
knowing is half the
Knowledge
battle.
is power. Learning is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
The other half is extreme violence.
Of course. Allied rear guard. Enemy rear guard.
So once we get a little more comfortable with combat, you will be seeing a lot less of these maps.
Yeah, establishing zones early on and getting a feel for how they work is important.
Yeah, just an idea of like you guys start on one side, the enemy's going to start on the other side. We go through the combat steps, yada yada yada. Prinny's character dies, and everybody's happy.
Wait. If Prinny dies, would you say rocks fall?
Yes.
I'm excited. I haven't thrown dice with you guys in so long. This is gonna be cool.
So I picked a feat that says targeting, which means I don't do stray shots in the skirmish zone.
And that's the front line.
Because apparently if you don't have this and I shoot from the rear guard into the front lines, apparently I hit anyone. It's
Yeah,
not
you
even a
can see
choice. Like it literally says you don't get to choose where you shoot. You roll a dice and you hit someone.
Randomly, yes.
It's probably the
fun.
one immediate gripe I have about this system is the unnecessarily strict feat taxes that ranged characters have. But
Makes you
Marksman
wanna
also
switch.
gives you targeting for free, so it's kind of whatever.
It does?
I think so. Does it not?
Did it?
Hold on. I thought it did. I might be wrong. I'm not a marksman, so I wouldn't know at the top of my head.
No. It just says I don't get evasion from my class, so I suck at being hit.
No, if you're fighting, you can use. Well, okay, yeah, you can't use evasion with the marksman, but
Yeah, there's nothing about a freebie.
Oh, weird.
that said, grapplers do get a free
Yeah, battle dancers get a free feat too.
Okay, I'm switching to grappler.
Battle dancers also get the same feat, or an
No,
option
I'm not.
of feats actually. But
Yeah,
I'm not a
battle
grappler
dancers
kobold.
get an option.
I'm gonna wrestle people down with my 1 strength.
Huh? Okay, yeah, that gripe still stands then. That's probably my biggest gripe about low levels in this game, is that it has, like, Pathfinder level feat taxes to do very basic combat.
Well, apparently there was an active feat called aimed shot, which does the same thing.
You just can't move while doing it or something. I don't know, there's probably ways. I didn't design the system, so I can only guess a little bit.
all right. So I have, with the three of you, 5 points to play with. So we're gonna put Mr. Harry Boy.
Yep.
Wolf 1
Someone smarter than me,
and Wolf 2.
read this and tell me what it does.
Read what? Are you posting it in the Discord?
Yes.
Okay. The archer who uses this combat feat specifies a target which can be attacked at the time this feat is declared. If the archer makes a shooting attack on that target in their next major action and hits with a success value 3 or higher, then the target's evasion value / roll, the attack's combined damage is double. Combined damage?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
After everything is finished being added in.
The target will still be hit, but the damage calculation is performed as usual. The user must be able to attack the target without causing a stray shot. So, does this feat have a prerequisite of some kind?
It just is there. Prerequisite, none. Oh, you have to have marksman class. And a 2-hand ranged weapon. So
what is your
I guess
question
I
about it?
still need targeting to not to prevent the stray
okay.
shot.
Yeah.
I think this is saying that if you hit them on the next attack after and get a success value 3 or higher, you like stack the arrows together and deal the combined damage double.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think when it's talking about combined damage, it means that you double the, like, if you have Vorpal weapon on your bow, that +1 becomes a +2. It doubles that type of stuff too. Like any bonuses you have to your damage, versus doubling the power bonus of the weapon.
Do you have this feat right now?
No, because it
Okay,
says I can't prevent
I'm
stray
gonna look
shots.
into it. I'm gonna try and
So I
figure
got
out what
targeting
combined
instead.
damage means.
I got this one because it felt like I didn't want to shoot at teammates constantly.
Okay, yeah. So it'll double your total damage at the end of it. That's what it does.
Level
Brittany's
3,
right.
here we go. Getting
So,
that.
essentially, say, like, me with my hammer. Battle... Shellbreaker... So, if I had rolled 3 above their evasion with your feat, with a ranged shot, I would deal 28 damage.
Well,
Erg.
So, it's good, but also bows don't get a ton of bonuses to damage. Because, you know, bows.
Damn you, Asmo.
What? What'd I do?
All the things.
Sorry. No, I'm not.
Hey, this is important. We're learning.
I have questions about before the combat begins. Did we know we were getting into a fight? Were we able to initiate the fight on our own terms? Was I able to precast?
Is this playing? I don't think it's playing.
If you're trying to play music, I don't hear anything.
Neither do I.
Growing pains.
I was attempting to put on some battle music, but my battle MIDI doesn't want to be a MP3.
There's a battle music.
So we do have the combat preparation phase.
Yeah, okay.
Is that it?
Having trouble finding specifics.
Nope,
Let me
that is completely wrong.
Sword World. Let me just reload the Corbel book here and get information this way.
I will totally get in trouble for using those.
Combat rules, okay. So simplified combat has the 3 areas. Combat flow. Alright. So combat preparation. Once the start of combat is confirmed, you can declare active combat feats and minor actions that are specifically allowed at this time. This is done by the first faction managed by the faction managed by the GM, and then by the player's side. This is after factions are determined, which are allies and enemies. There are 2 main types of things you can do during combat prep. One is to prepare for the monster knowledge check and initiative check, which are rolled immediately after combat prep ends. You can cast spells that give a bonus to these checks. The second case is to be prepared for the outcome where your faction has lost the initiative by activating combat feats like cover and defensive stance. You can set yourself up to deal with the enemy's actions during the first round. Minor actions may also be used to arm yourself or change equipment. The number of actions that can be performed during combat preparation is subject to the same limitations that can be performed within 1 turn. For example, generally you can only declare the use of an active combat feat once per turn. So maybe you can precast a spell?
Oh, yeah, I know I definitely can't precast this before the combat preparation. That wasn't a combat order stuff question. That was a, how did we get into this situation? Like, was this guy out in a shack and we're like, okay, we're gonna go, kill him in his shack, as proper adventurers should.
That sounds like us!
So we're
Holy
outside his
shit!
door, about to kick it in, and like, oh wait, hold on a second, guys. Let me just area protection real quick. Okay, now we can kick in the door.
How long does
it's
the area
definitely-
of protection last?
3 minutes.
Okay. I mean, did we know we were getting into a fight, or were we surprised? Were they gonna let us play with their buffs or not? Basically.
Joke's on you, I don't have any buffs.
It's an open grassy field. You saw them coming.
No.
Oh, we saw. Oh, so it's like we're like really far away, and then we're approaching each other, and like we're both like casting buffs as we get into combat range.
We just
Yeah.
stare at each other.
You're
If-
approaching me.
Oh, we need to
Beat the
confirm our
shit out of
factions,
you without
apparently.
getting closer.
I actually kind of like the mental image of that. Our weapons can't reach all the way over yonder, but we know what's about to go down.
Yeah, sure. I don't hate that.
Apparently, you can start in the frontline area or the rear guard area.
Yeah, you get to choose.
Okay, we'll try
Confirm
that.
combat state. What the? I feel like we're in the Revolutionary War. We're supposed to stand in front of each other and shoot and reload and just stand there.
There are
With
Don't,
with
don't
all
think of it like the Revolutionary Wars.
with
think
all
of it
these
like a
rules.
think of it like Final Fantasy, where you have a front line and a back line, and you're pretty much free to do stuff in the back line while your front line's alive, and vice versa.
Kind of. But yeah, this is the simplified combat. The more complicated one actually uses ranges, and you can just get past the front line if you want to.
That's so loud.
All right, how's that?
Good, I can hear it just fine.
Yo,
I heard
you have something playing called The Last Encounter. It's the first encounter.
It's the final
Listen,
countdown.
Don't worry about it.
It's the best thing I could find on such short notice.
It's a good theme.
Alrighty.
Doesn't sound like Final Boss music either.
No, it doesn't. It actually does sound like just a kind of that just standard battle music. Anywho,
So weird. Okay.
let's actually get into this.
Yeah,
So,
let's do it.
of course, my book is in my backpack downstairs. Mother fudger.
Why is everything downstairs?
Yeah,
you,
what's
you
everything-
people in your
Everything
you people
is
in your
downstairs.
floors. Us here in Florida don't have upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, you have upstairs and pool stairs.
No, we
I
just
would-
have.
Why would you not keep your GMing stuff next to your rig?
Just installed it
Because,
or-
well, no, not when I'm actively playing, but I was using it at work and trying to write notes and getting prepped for, game time.
Oh, okay.
You could use your
Yeah,
digital
facts.
solutions while you're at the GM bench, or while you're at your rig.
Anyway, that is character creation, not combat.
I've also got combat stuff open. If you need me to tell you, it's page 118. That's where it starts.
Combat rules. Appreciate it. Alrighty, so as he's probably already explained to you, there are 3 zones: the front lines, the enemy guard, or enemy rear guard, and allied rear guard. Now, wherever a combat set is going down, that is what you call a skirmish. Now, once we get into standard play, the skirmish thing gets a little more realistic, at least on a linear scale. But for the time being, if there are people fighting at the front lines, that's a skirmish. Or that's the front line skirmish. If people are fighting at the enemy rear guard skirmish. If people are fighting on your rear guard, allied rear guard skirmish. So, let's confirm the factions. They're on our allied side. We have Hannah, Kip, and Shinju. And for our hometown folks, we have a wolf, another wolf, and a bolg.
I expect you to name them all. I want them all to have names.
Trusting wolf, proud wolf, and defiant bolg.
Okay, that's fair.
Oddly enough, I didn't have to name them myself. I
One
need to
step
look
ahead of you.
into why that got added that way.
Probably just in case you have multiple of the same thing, so that way they have different
Yeah,
names.
it probably
That
just
makes
adds
sense.
Some generic
Even though they do have a
adjectives.
2 and 1 at the end of their names.
That's fancy. I like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I be Defiant Kip?
No.
No,
If I kill him, can I become Defiant Kip?
you can name your player sheet Defiant Kip, and it'll show up as that.
You know what? If you can put the death blow on a creature, I will let you start collecting their titles.
I love that. It's a new
A
minigame.
million titles.
I'm gonna have like no titles. I don't do a lot of damage.
So just
Okay, yeah.
add a line in your description somewhere for titles earned.
I'm gonna build a whole last Google Doc about this shit. All of it. I'm changing my build. I'm no longer gonna be healing and support. I'm going to kill mode so I can collect titles. I'm sorry.
Anna
And-
will
and-
defer all titles she earns to Shinju as part of their contractual healer and frontliner agreement.
You won't frontliner.
Anywho,
I'm waiting for you'd have to introduce yourself and say all your titles.
the wolf goes, "Arrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Um,
Did you ask him in Yoma?
Ask him what?
You asked him to introduce himself, but did you ask it in Yoma or did you say it in Trade Common?
I asked him in Magitech.
Oh, he doesn't understand
I
Magitech,
also
so he just called you a silly kobold. Thinks he's smart. And the other one goes in a very similar tone to the other wolf. Anywho,
Silly kobold.
now time for combat preparation. Once the start of combat is confirmed, you can declare active combat feats and minor actions that are specifically allowed at this time period.
Did you miss me reading all this out loud?
Yes, but we're actually going through the steps now. So I'm asking you if there are any things you'd like to declare.
Nope. Both Shinju and I have some pre-combat buffs that we would like to throw on ourselves since you said we saw them approaching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which for me is the casting suite of protection of enchant weapon. And
Okay.
Shinju is circle of
Okey.
protection?
Field protection, which grants blessing to the target.
Is casting out a major action?
Actually, you know what? Field of protection, I'll have to cast after we are in combat because it's an area I designate and people in the area.
Yeah.
So if you could please remove the field protection that I put on you.
I don't
My apologies.
do that.
Thanks a lot.
Under
Prinny.
effects, you can garbage can it.
Oh, hey, we got somebody in the chat. Welcome, person in the chat.
Under effects, I can garbage can it.
Yes. In your character sheet, under the effects tab, under temporary effects, you should see a protection
Oh,
or something
reduce
like that.
damage. Okay, I see it.
Yeah. Boop. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna toggle these two on. Protection and enchant weapon.
Now, what I actually will be casting is Nightwalker. And your ability, the darkness you create, only affects people in your skirmish, right?
I don't know how it works in the skirmish rules. I assume so, since it's just a short area. Yeah, it's an area 2, so probably just my skirmish.
I'm going to just go ahead and give it to Kip anyway. Kip, you can see in the dark now because I don't think you could before.
Which is BS.
Yeah.
It
okay.
is broad daylight.
No, but if I cast dark
Don't worry
mist,
about it.
it creates a magical fog of darkness, and
I don't
This
think.
is part of our strat.
I don't know if dark mist is affected by dark vision, or dark vision affected.
well, it only affects people that fail their save against it inside the place anyway.
Fair enough.
Like, it doesn't affect outside shooters, so dark vision isn't super necessary.
I thought.
No. That's what it does. I posted. Whoops. I posted it in chat. Retain or fail to resist. Lose their sense of distance due to magical fog, taking a -2 penalty to their evasion checks. If you're not in my area of effect, you don't get affected.
Oh no. Alright. Next thing. Boom, boom. Magic knowledge check. Who has Sage?
Monster knowledge.
Oh, yes. Monster knowledge, not magic
Your
knowledge.
girl here's got sage.
Alrighty. Sage it up.
I only have Sage if they're plants.
Alrighty. They both have physical damage +2 for their weak point. One is a simple wolf. They usually appear in packs of 3 to 5. They are often tamed by bolgs. The other one is a bolg. And I have to go to his description.
We share a weakness.
Alrighty.
In another life, we could have been friends.
They are larger, stronger, and hairier barbarous than humans. They have bluish skin, and most of their body hair is white. They are characterized by their large fangs and ferocious nature. They prefer swords, spears, long-handled weapons, etc. Their intelligence is low. They love to fight. and they will fight to the death because they believe they can turn the tables no matter how unfavorable the odds are. They are also good at training animals as mounts and can force a mount or other inferior barbarous to serve them. By the way, they have a very painful strike, as it were.
Oh my gosh, same.
Now, for the initiative check. It is best for somebody with scout or tactician to roll this.
So Kip, I have a +4. What do you
I
have
have
on
plus
yours?
5.
+5? Roll it away. Hell yeah.
Alrighty. The DC you were looking for was 11. Because you beat that, you guys will go to pick first and go first. Now, place your characters for the initial placement.
Yes. Front line.
Are these zones just zones? Like, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like,
there's
it's not a
zones. You can
different
kind of stand
square?
wherever.
At the
It
moment,
becomes
yes,
more
they are just
important.
zones.
Yeah. It
When
becomes
we
more important when we get into full combat rules, but right now we're just testing the waters, dipping our little feet in.
Yes.
Then I'll be back here.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll just be back here. Don't worry about it. Hello.
Now, winning initiative gets to go first.
I'm gonna turn this pooch into a subwoofer.
Oh, that's a good one.
Does it matter what order we take our turns in?
It does by your guys' pick. So
Okay.
you guys
Want
can
me
decide
to-
who wants to go first and who wants to
You
go
want me to
second,
hammer
third.
time first?
If you would, please.
Call me Floey, because I'm introducing this boy to the underground. 11. Oh, also I have to
11?
declare it Mana Strike.
7 was his evasion roll. Your attack will hit.
I beat him by 4. I don't have anything special, but you know. That is 20 damage.
You actually get 2 physical damage increase.
That is 22 damage then, because +5 from Mana Strike. My willpower and fortitude are reduced by 2.
Okay. I'm assuming it's the one right in front of you.
Yeah. The Trusting Wolf.
There we go. So do physical damage? No.
Yes.
As you can see, the 1 point of armor was already deducted. It died though. It deaded.
Hannah does not feel great about this, because she did essentially just smash a dog, and that's not a good feeling. So there's no, like, celebratory twirl or anything. And Hannah just kind of holds her massive hammer close to her chest. I'm sorry.
Do you want to shoot next, Kip?
Sure.
Kip, what did you roll again? 15?
For what?
No, don't worry about it.
For initiative, yeah, 15.
Yeah, I'm just doing some updates. Where did Kip go?
I'm in the
Yeah,
corner.
left-handed.
Oh my god, why Kip?
You told me I could be in any part of the zone.
While this is true, that's still a pain in my rear. Alrighty.
Pain in your rear guard.
Oh my goodness.
So, how do I attack? Do I just click accuracy or what?
I am so gonna get kicked from this group if I keep making puns. Rennie's gonna kill me.
So Kip is going next.
Roll a 9.
9.
For,
Nice.
who are you targeting?
The other wolf.
Ah. He rolled an 8.
So now I just roll power.
Yes.
And add
Yeah,
to
This
that,
is-
there's my sweet damage.
Yo.
And you got 2 for the physical.
No, sorry. Kobold dealt 8 damage. Let's go.
Damage is damage.
Damn, kid.
Unfortunately, he is still alive.
I'm just
Very
hoping
alive,
Shinju can kill it.
kind of alive,
Kind of alive.
halfway alive.
Alive enough.
Alive enough to be there still. Oh, yes, Hannah, you earned the trusting title.
All my titles go to Shinju.
Nope, that's not how that works.
That is the agreement I made with her.
That's not how
No,
the
it's
that's
fine.
not how the game mechanics are going to
I
work.
have a hammer too. You can take the titles. I want to collect them on my own.
Hannah is Hannah. She will not collect titles from killing things. This is usually her last resort.
You don't know you're collecting those titles. Above
They're a
board.
meta feature.
Exactly.
If she ever finds out, she's going to have a mental breakdown.
I have a feeling she would
Mate.
legit just kill God.
Shinju attempts to cast mace.
Wolf attempts to dodge.
I mean,
It looks like it failed. It may have 15 damage.
oh boy. Biography. Let's claim title.
All right, you have earned the proud title.
Oh yeah.
How do I add an emoji? I'm just gonna do like a series of
Windows key plus the period. Actually, do those? Yeah, that still comes up.
Oh, it does? Okay. Cool. Learn something new every day.
Alrighty, all 3 of y'all have gone. Now it is his turn. He's not sure who to attack. He will go to the clothy first. They are both clothies.
We're all clothies.
I'm in play or chainmail, but
Yeah, there you go. Oh, BT Dubs. I think there is still a armor. There is an armor issue with priest. Hold on. Hold on.
armor restrictions none.
Oh, none for the priest?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah, see,
remember
that's
there
what I never
being
understood.
I remember there being armor restrictions for a few of the other ones, but yeah, no, never mind. Yeah,
See, like,
you're a cleric.
That's what I never understood about Fencer says armor restriction half round up, but Marksman says armor restriction none. So I can wear anything as a marksman?
Yeah.
But I can't as a fencer.
Yeah. I don't know how you're missing the point here, man.
I just don't understand why it's half for fencer. Is it just because of their
Fencers
extra
are
crit
supposed to be light
chance?
armor users.
Yeah, they're supposed to be light armor users.
Marksmans can be like full plate arbalists or whatever.
No. Alrighty, so Bulg is going to cast Weapon against Hannah.
I'm gonna cast evasion. I fail. Good thing I've got good defense. Alright. I also have a physical weakness +2.
So,
Does he know that?
on top of that, he also rolls, or gets to add his Painful Strike.
That sounds painful.
Probably,
Sounds
yeah.
rude.
That increases the damage by 6.
So 17, 19.
I'm so glad I'm not in melee anymore. I only have 16
I'm
HP.
holding on, but not by much. 19 minus 4 minus 2 is 13. I've got 4 health left, boys.
Yeah, I only have 16 HP.
and that was a. He swung a giant spear at you, and by swing I meant stab. Clearly, I meant stab.
Where do I put my weakness?
Okay,
On my.
I felt bad for killing the wolf. I'm not going to feel bad about this.
All right, Hannah, Shinju, Kip, y'all's turn again.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get my revenge mana strike on this boy. How dare he? No, I did kill his dog. Like, this is the most reasonable response. 11 to hit.
11.
Oh, okay.
Shinju,
That's
Kip, which one would you like to go next?
I'll go, I guess.
Yeah, please do.
I feel like I just threw the brachiosaurs at you guys from Final Fantasy.
Well, I'm trying to find.
Patasaurs?
Something that I read made me think that you don't actually get the weak point damage bonus unless you identify the weak point.
You did identify the weak point.
For him
And
hitting
he
Shinju,
didn't.
or for him hitting Hannah.
Yeah, he didn't actually identify your weak point.
Does that matter? I thought it just... The damage was dealt was the damage dealt.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand. It's like, if your weak point is physical damage and he hits you across the face,
You know, with physical hands, I'm pretty sure you
Isn't
still
that a
take
weak point
damage.
hit?
My understanding is that in this case, weak point is more like, oh, if you hit them in the solar plexus, they're weak there because of biological reasons. So if you know their weakness, you can do extra damage.
I never skip setups.
Right.
Yeah, but if you don't know if you don't know where to hit them, then you can't take advantage of the weak point damage.
Alright, hold on.
Was my understanding.
I have
I
to
just-
find it, but I
I'm gonna
believe
find
certain.
it. Since it's not my turn, I'm gonna do that. You guys can just
Yeah.
go ahead
If
and
you could.
Certain people / classes / things can identify weak points, but I think you need a certain intelligence level on top of that. I'll have to look into it more, but for the time being, yeah, you've actually got 2 more HP than you think you do.
Evade!
I refuse, sir.
Okay.
I clearly
Take
refuse, sir.
7 more damage. At least I'm being consistent.
This is his first damage, sir.
No, consistent. I hit the wolf for 7 too.
And it's 9 damage.
I was
Oh.
trying to double.
Alright, Shinju, you're the last one to go.
Shinju.
Oh, hey, how do ties work?
Good
Because
question.
identifying a weakness gives you a +1 accuracy bonus when attacking with that weakness. That's the upside of identifying the weakness. Page 390, by the way, of Core Book 1. But yeah, how do ties work? How does 12 hit versus 12 evasion work? Because I might have done damage.
Alright, getting confused here and going off on 2 tangents.
I'm not
Weapon
going
attacks.
Nice.
Oh.
Combat rules.
Alright, if the accuracy is greater than the evasion, then it hits. Accuracy
so
great, or if accuracy is less than or equal to the evasion, attack fails.
Okay, so I still miss. Cool.
Yeah, meets fails
know
this chance or this time.
Ties go to defender. That's fair enough. I just didn't know.
Yeah, I think in general, if you have any kind of contested roll, the tie will go to the passive roll. In this case, evasion would be the passive roll. As non-passive as evasion is. It's not the instigator of the roll.
If I use metamagic targets to increase the number of targets I can affect, can I choose the same target for both effects?
No.
Okay. In that case, I won't do that. I will just throw a cure.
I think for spellcasting, you do still have to make the spellcasting check, even if there's
Well, it depends on the spell.
no. You could still nat 2, and if that happens, the spell still fails.
I don't have an option to roll a check.
Yeah,
for, like,
I don't have-
protection and enchant weapon.
I only have checks on the spells that have saves versus like sanity has a check on it. Banish, they're resisting against me, so that there's no check for that because it doesn't work that way. It looks like.
I think it's just because I didn't add the use dice.
Well, I mean, I'm in the rulebook already. I can double check real quick. Doesn't take any amount of time.
Dude.
Casting a spell. Limited move when casting a spell. MP consumption. Magic power. Spell in range area. Spell area rules for spell target. I'm not seeing anything that says you have to make a caster check just to cast
Page
the spell.
156. This is casting a spell. This is an attempt to activate a spell. Usually, a spellcasting check is required to cast a spell.
158. As a rule, a spellcasting check is performed when a character casts a spell. It fails on the double nat ones, and it usually doesn't matter unless they try to resist.
Exactly.
So yeah.
You do still have to roll, but we only care if it's a nat 2.
All right. I will check with
Yes,
a
to
different
just roll
spell
magic
because
power, I guess.
here doesn't have it. Not a nat 2.
I am updating your spells real quick.
We're cool. And so my cure, the power, looks like
And boom. All your spells should now have check on them. Alrighty, so you healed 10, Hannah.
And that brings me almost up to full with the weak point rules. I don't have a lot of health. Which is weird, because I have... Well, no, I guess vitality's only 14. Never mind.
Alright, double
I'm tired.
checking. Where's the weak point rules? Game mastery.
Okay.
Monster. Donde the fuck?
I think 5
don't worry about
damage
it.
is what I
I'll
said.
find it. Like we'll look for it while you do your thing.
Alright. Weak point. The weakness of a monster. Suppose the character's monster knowledge check uses Sage class is equal to or greater than the weakness value listed above. In this case, the character and any of their allies know of and can exploit the weakness.
Yeah, so you get an accuracy bonus just from knowing and using the weakness, and the damage bonus according to their weakness.
I don't think...
You absolutely do. I just saw the rule. Hold on. Let me get to it again. Yeah, okay. 390.
I'm on 390. It doesn't...
Yeah.
It says you know of and can exploit the weakness.
Yeah,
I think
accuracy
the addition...
+1. Whenever a melee or range attack is made against the monster, at a +1 bonus, or a +1 bonus is added to all accuracy checks. And then
Yeah,
YY
and YY
damage
damage.
plus X points.
But they didn't make...
Additional damage.
They didn't make any sort of weakness check against you, so they don't know your weakness. I don't think they get to exploit it, though.
Yeah, they wouldn't get the +1 accuracy or the damage against me. You have to know the weakness. Print
Right.
was right. Yeah.
So, he's screwed. Sort of.
Evasion
Not really.
check. Well, he could very easily one-shot me on a better roll.
Alrighty.
I have 17 health.
Well, he is a big fan of targeting the healer.
Howard. I don't have
Oh
any.
no, whatever will I do? Please don't target the healer.
Take that! I rolled an 8, sir!
And I also... Oh, that's no weaken check. Never mind.
Too late, you
Where's
don't
my-
defend. I'm
There it
dealing
is.
damage.
Nope.
Bad. You got lucky, sir. You got lucky. Alright.
I mean, if I had.
Alright, so I'm probably not going to one-shot this one, and I kind of want Shinji to have the kill. So do you guys want me to do first?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
Cool. Does the Bulg have weakness to physical?
He has the exact same weakness as the other guy, and you do know of it.
Yay, we're weakness buddies!
He gives you a hug for the weakness
Yeah,
buddies.
I'm gonna give him a hug with a giant hammer with a spike on it that's fueled by magic and, like, some sadness at having to hurt someone that probably didn't deserve this, but, you know, do what you gotta do. 15!
7. Oh.
Assume I'm declaring Mana Strike unless I say otherwise. I should have said that at the beginning, but I'm always going to use Mana Strike, basically.
Is it an effect you can turn on for yourself?
I choose to use it whenever I make an attack.
They have to declare it.
I take a -2 to Willpower and Fortitude, so there is a penalty to using it, but I'm just always going to use it unless we're against, like, mages or something and there's a reason for me to turn it off.
If only I had a mage.
Nope. What's going on? 22 total. That's with his weakness and my
That's
physical.
Shinju.
Hey, man, just targeted Shinji.
It's wild though. You hit me with 22, and I was okay.
I don't know how to target people in this system. How do I do that?
Double right click.
Alrighty.
Yo, that's so cool. Oh, holy crap.
And boom.
Damn it! Have more health than me. What's wrong with you?
Now I know why the sample kobold is all support things. Because if I go into melee, I'm gonna die.
Yes.
I have 16 HP.
Oh, hey,
Me too.
Yeah, but how much defense do you have?
Alright.
Because I have 2.
I have 3 without my magic, 5 with it.
I have 8 or 9 defense.
Now, would you like to loot roll these creatures?
How do you loot roll?
I really don't want to loot roll the dogs. That's so messed
Oh, I'm ready to loot roll all the dogs.
These would make fine leather.
So, do you have any adjustments to the loot roll?
I don't know. How do you know if that's a thing or not?
I'm trying to find where the loot roll
Page 128.
occurred. No. I mean, like, how do I put this? Prinny, do you remember how we did loot rolls last time?
I
feel like it was off of your sheet.
I thought it was monster knowledge based because I had monster knowledges.
No.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not page 128.
There are definitely
Here it is.
bonuses.
No. I found it. I'm just trying to find the mechanic on the site or on the thing. I found it. It's just under the name. So it takes 10 minutes to do a looting,
Yeah.
and there are bonuses depending on classes / feats / magic. But at this level, there's probably not a chance that you have those yet. If you do, correct me. I think the scout get those
Later on
bonuses
it.
too.
My perfumer specifically gives me a bonus to loot rolls when looting for, like, herbs and stuff, but otherwise, no.
Okie dokie then. I will just go ahead and roll 3 times on these creatures as long as you're spending the 30 minutes to loot them.
Takes 10 minutes per?
Yeah,
Yes.
10 minutes per.
If all 3 of you are looting the creatures, then it would take a total of 10 minutes.
I'm not looting the dog. I will loot the bulk, though.
So I'm cutting
Do you
the
have any-
dogs open.
Our kobold's the only one with an actual bonus, right?
The kobold doesn't have any bonus.
Scouts
You
get
said
one
scouts
later.
Get later. Scouts
They get
one.
an automatic feat that gives them a bonus.
Oh, if it's all the same, then we can just take 10 minutes. I'll loot one too. It'll be fine.
Shinju loots the puppy, and I feel really bad.
Bulg, dog.
Wait,
Person.
I don't need a roll.
It's all the same thing.
All right. Proud Shinju. Did you modify yourself?
No.
Immediately, the same round it died.
Who would have done that?
Okay, so for the Bolg, you rolled a 6, so you get a weapon. It is worth 30 gamel. Or if you really need it, a black and white card at B level.
I don't know what a black and white card does.
You get 1 wolf hide, 20 gamels, and a red card. And a flawless wolf hide. I'm going to say the kobold made that one. That was 100 gamels and a gold red card A.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and
have-
I cannot.
You said this bulg had a spear, so I'm gonna take that spear. That's gonna be the weapon I grabbed from him. A B rank spear.
So I don't ever need to actually roll, like, for leather to try to cut leather off these things.
That's what these flawless wolf hides are.
But what do I have tanning for?
If you get tanning high enough, you start getting a bonus to.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Tanning is probably.
Also, wouldn't tanning be treating the leather you get?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I have meat butchering.
Again, not
Off the
Like-
wolves! I need wolf meat!
At the.
sure. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it wouldn't affect the pelt quality you get. You do a good job getting a prime cut of wolf meat. Oh god.
Most of the bonuses to looting are at +5. It looks, or 5 or level 5 or 10 in the job
Why
skill.
would you butcher a wolf? What is wrong with you?
You gotta be,
Isn't meat just meat?
Just
Is there a
wild
difference?
doggos.
Oh. I don't have your character token yet ready.
Wow.
Wow. I can't believe you've done this to Veb.
I
That's
kinda wanna
fine.
pick up-
Hi, Vab.
I kinda wanna pick up the Geograph class just so I can randomly just cast lightning on people. It literally is random.
Well, yeah,
That's
of
fucked up.
course.
What are these red cards? What are these cards?
There you go
So
for the
if you're an
alchemist.
alchemist, and if you're in a pinch and need cards, you can actively use the monster pieces to make new cards.
So-
Otherwise, you can buy the cards from the guild.
Okay, so it's not like it's Wolfhide and a card. It's the Wolfhide, but I can make it a card.
Right.
Yeah, it's the wolf hide, but you can expend it as if it were a card of that color and rarity. So.
Red
I
cards
got a
are
new
for-
item. It's definitely not equipped.
Vorpal weapon.
Spear, bowl. Oh no, just bowl. Bowl, spear. Parentheses. Not
Still don't know what a gold red
that
card
one.
is.
Price 30. Alright.
Alrighty. Yes, restore my old stuff.
Details. It is a be
Oh, one of these spells is
type
gold.
edged, usage two-handed. Okay.
That is totally going to be the quote I use. Why don't you knock it off with them negative waves?
Yo, bro, you're harsh and my mellow. Why don't you cut the negativity down to a negative value so it loops back to positive?
All right, Veb, I added a bunch of stuff to your character sheet to get you going.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where things are at and what I still need to do.
Roger, Roger.
That didn't respond when I said hi to him. He hates me.
It's true.
Don't worry, it's just.
Hang on. I think I need to turn your volume up. I can barely hear you.
Oh, I'm also not that super close to my mic, so.
Oh, I already have you turned all the way up to 200%.
I wonder why you can't hear me. Everyone else can hear me just fine.
Yeah, he's coming through fine on my end. Anybody else coming in quiet on you, Veb? Maybe you need to adjust Discord?
I think I need to adjust something on my end.
Yeah, can you hear Asma at all?
Yeah, what? What?
What?
Am I just always quiet?
The only person that's loud is Prinny.
Well,
I'll just tell
That's
you.
weird.
everyone knows that Freddies
fudge.
are loud, dude.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Any thoughts on a character name yet? Out of
Derek.
curiosity.
Maybe.
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 What happened? More than one bard be bad?
No.
Not
If
really.
you want to spec into it, there's a ton of spell songs.
So looking at Bard,
Like, I'm assuming it's a main action to cast a bard spell, right?
Spell song.
Yeah, whatever. That's what I said.
So the problem is that you have to like pull out an item to to start it, but then you can continue without the item by singing, which is weird. But it also affects everyone within range, and you can't choose who you're affecting. So in that way, it's kind of better for you even than me, since you can like choose an increased accuracy song, and then it affects just our backline versus up front in the skirmish, where if I did that, it affect everyone fighting.
Oh, it affects even enemies?
It can.
Enemies and allies, all the effects. So that includes like the negative ones, like reducing evasion affects allies too.
Now he's the one who's harshing the mellow.
The honestly, other than the finales, Bard is kind of crappy, but the finales are pretty nice.
Oh wow, MP regeneration is super generous. 3
Yeah.
hours of rest gives you half.
That's
So since this is you know, not
Oh, well,
canon, I
Bard's
assume
plus
we're not doing
spirit.
like end of session ability growths and stuff like that.
Depends if we can get into playing tonight.
One of us doesn't even have a name, Dia.
I have seen this man work on much tighter schedules, sir.
Y'all keep on going without me. It's fine.
We were just doing a test combat to get a feel for the mechanics. We're done.
Yes,
Keep
actually.
going. Don't wait on me.
Keep going. They're dead.
We killed them all. Somebody is extremely sad about that.
Move on to the next thing. Is there something I need to pull, like feats and stuff from, built into the system somewhere, or
Yeah,
do I
they're
just have to
actually
manually copy paste?
no, they're combat feats in the compendium. The compendium will be the compendium packs tab, top right, and it'll be under features folder, combat feats. And in combat feats, you'll have selectively acquired ones, selectively major, and selectively passive.
Oh, this is missing a lot, isn't it?
Well, of course it's missing a lot. I only got like the first book in there. I had to do all of this by hand. By hand, sir.
I see. I assumed you had gotten a pre-made module from somewhere.
No, I wish. They don't exist.
Listen, the fact that the skeleton of this system works is like tantamount to how accessible Foundry is. Not tantamount, it's a testament to how accessible Foundry is.
I feel like your skills in coding were just insulted, Dia.
It's fair.
Well, according
Yeah,
to
that's
Dia,
fair.
he's not the one that made the Sword World module. He's just been putting in all of the like
Books.
actual text.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I didn't make the module myself. I've just been trying to get everything and utilize it to the best of the system's ability. And
Which is
this
been,
isn't
it's
even
been working pretty well.
this is honestly also isn't a 1.0 system yet. It's still in 0.10.
Now, does that mean 0.10 or does that mean 0. Like 10?
Yeah, okay, I don't like Bard. It's
Yeah,
not good.
Bard's not great.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thought looking over things like Bard and Geomancer and a few others. I'm like, I can see where you can build a character around these things, but as something to dabble in, nah.
Yeah, Geomancer basically needs to be your primary thing if you're going to be a
It-
Geomancer.
In spite of it being a minor class.
Well, that doesn't mean much. Fencer is a minor class. Marksman's a minor class.
This is true.
I feel like making Fencer your primary is asking for trouble, though.
Depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah, the more you spec into it, the better you get at evasion. So it balances out.
Not to mention, you
Dodge
can be a
attacks are fun.
crit machine with it.
Yeah, that too.
Like
The only downside to Fencer that I'm aware of is the limitation to what weapons you can use while
Yeah, that.
leaning on your Fencer-based abilities.
And what
Which-
armor you can use, and
Well,
yeah.
that limitations on armor are so freaking common in this system. I don't think that's a worthwhile thing to complain about.
It does matter. I almost got one shot. Granted, I almost got one shot by a level 3 enemy, but I did almost get one shot.
I was
Oh,
trying so hard to
boy.
kill him, and he survived.
No, you just would have knocked me unconscious. It wouldn't have killed me, but yeah. KO.
Alright, new layer for Mr. Jack Sparrow. Who texted me? MPG.
See, I was gonna be a fencer and be melee because I was gonna get this skill as a vagrant, so I could just steal from enemies during combat.
Oh, it's a shame it's level 5. That is
Yeah.
fun, though. I like that a lot, actually. Just...
You forego the crit damage to just steal something off of them.
Yoink.
And where did those lips go?
DM, can I rip off their pelt if I plunder them?
You just did. What are you
No,
talking
I'm saying
about?
if I use the skill I just linked in the Discord, if I hit someone with a crit, can I steal their pelt off of them?
No,
Why not?
you cannot rip off anything that is a part of their body. That includes their hands.
Yeah.
I thought this was an
Plunder
anime world.
definitely lets you just rip the skin off your enemies. What a horrifying feat.
I think you mean awesome.
No.
No.
Holy shit! It really does say part of their body.
Wait, what? Donde the fuck?
Read line 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The user can loot an opponent's pocket or a
I
part
just-
of their body.
I just do a quick scalp. It's fine.
Also, the fact that the monster is just fine, apparently.
I mean, he's not fine. He's just got scalped.
Yeah, but he doesn't suffer any negatives for it. What the hell?
He's bald now.
Just steal someone's skin.
Yeah.
I thought that
That's what it
mouth.
is it's not even useful for anything. You can't like make it into stuff. You can only
How?
sell it.
Okay, so knowing that
that
some
mouth is
monsters
not
have
moving.
valuable eyes, how
Okay.
does this work? It doesn't blind them, but you
I-
take their eyes.
It's
You
anime
take
video
an
logic.
eye. You take an eye.
I take their
What
spare
if
eye
you
out of their
take all
pocket.
of them?
Well, you'd have
What
to
if
do it
it's a
more than
Cyclops?
once.
Cyclops,
Okay.
hello?
You'd have to
But-
reach the eye. Come on.
I'll climb his ass.
Yeah, okay. The problem is not that it's difficult to do. The problem is that the feat just lets you do it, but also there's no penalty for the monster you stole the eye from. That is such a weird.
This
feat.
effect does not give the user an always loot, but rather their monster name's precious thing of the same value as the loot.
Okay. So that, cause like,
It cannot be made into a crude material card and can only be sold. So I just steal money out of them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
That's great.
you always have to consider that there's some quirk in translation with stuff like that too.
yeah, it has to be that you steal essentially just valuables off of the enemy, and you're not actually ripping their skin off. Gotta be that.
I just realized part of body is probably referring to sections, like how dragons and some of the bigger barbarous are multiple sections.
Yeah,
Because the section
it's
isn't
gotta.
them.
There's not a chance this level 5 feat is meant to let you just skin enemies for free.
I might go switch back to Fencer now.
It's not a chance in hell.
Fencer with extra crit chance.
Does Fencer's extra crit apply to marksman stuff?
No, I want to switch back from marksman to Fencer.
Oh, so you just want to get one shot like a football.
No, I'll just disregard and tell them to hit you instead.
Little kobold football.
He already is a football.
Also, the GM is allowed to say no.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Kinda am.
That's attention to detail, sorry. Disregard. The GM will change the target.
Oh,
To the
that, yeah,
extent
that's
the
different.
Game rules allow.
To the extent that the game rules allow. So if you're the only one in that skirmish, you're
Yeah,
SOL.
If I'm the only one there, yeah. But if there's someone else,
Oh, sure.
Depending on the effect. Oh no, it says to another character, so. Yeah. I feel like the game rules allow is to keep you from diverting like an ability that only targets living to a construct.
Yeah. Or
There-
like, oh hey, you can fireball all of us, but what if you just didn't fireball me and fireball other people?
yeah, exactly.
And the game rules are like, actually, no, I can still hit you.
That's not how I work it.
Yeah, it's not a target in that case.
I am going.
To cast
Dia, before I take a bathroom
Fireball.
break, do you want me to reset HP and MP to base?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna
we have
do
our
that, and
healer
then I'm
that
gonna
has
delete the item.
a million
I got,
HP.
Since none of this is canon.
How do I improve the readability of this nonsense? I am struggling to read some of this stuff.
In
You just gotta get good, Veb.
Oof.
Yeah.
what
Alright,
sense are you
I'm
struggling to
ready.
read? Where? Which nonsense?
On the character sheet, looking at the descriptions of things, the color of the text is so close to the color of the background.
Do what? Un momento, por favor.
Speak your weird words.
Kimyasa. How are you? I'm confused because it looks fairly legible on my side.
Yeah, this looks pretty high contrast to me. I'm not sure what you mean.
This is what I'm seeing, guys.
Oh god.
Oh God! What'd you
What
do?
did you do?
I've done nothing.
Where is that?
What do you
No
have
wonder
it
you're
open in?
blind.
That's on the character sheet. If I click on something like a feat or a spell, that's what it looks like.
You'd have a better chance trying to read Braille.
That's why I'm sitting here going, how do I make this more legible? Because I can't read this crap.
Yeah,
So
that's
go to
that's a
configure
problem.
settings on your side. And let's see if we can find like the color code, because that's not how it looks on mine.
Oh, did you get a warning about hardware acceleration when you loaded up the browser or loaded up the game?
I don't think I didn't when I logged in this time around.
Oh.
Exit out of the tab, log back in, and this time keep an eye out for a message that talks about hardware acceleration. Because if you don't have it enabled, you might, or you could just, depending on your browser, go just check to see if your hardware acceleration is on.
What browser are you using, just out of curiosity?
You just
I
went
have
live.
Opera. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is...
I mean, this is what I'm looking at here. See how bad all of this looks? Spells and everything are the same way
Wow.
trying to read.
Okay, maybe try opening up in Firefox.
I had to download Firefox.
How about Chrome?
Same.
How about Edge?
I'm not going to use Edge.
So I don't think it should. It shouldn't be an Opera problem because I'm on Opera GX. Which,
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
that's
is
what
it-
I'm on.
oh, you're on GX? Yeah, it's not a GX problem.
Yeah. I'm on GX too. I'm on the
It's,
same thing Prinny is.
Is there something
It's
that's just
somewhere.
making your words
It's got to be
white instead of
somewhere in
black?
these color codes
It won't be the
or
action,
something in this style or layout.
It won't be Action HUD. Go to Core. Core, sir. You are in the Action HUD still.
Where do I find core?
It's the top one. Alright, scroll up, see if there's a customized thing there.
Oh yeah, like section 6. It looks like preferred color scheme. There's a browser default. Yeah, that change that, and then hit a
That did
Control
nothing.
F5 probably.
Give it a shot.
Nope.
Okay. I
Alright,
found out how to be a bard.
By not?
No, you on our turn I go last, cast the song, and then the next turn I go first and end the song.
Unfortunately, you have to play the song for a couple consecutive rounds to finale.
Damn you.
What the heck?
Alright, try a different one other than Dark.
See, I feel like it's got to be.
It's not the token.
Somewhere in this layout.
Those are for the action, or those are for the tokens. Has nothing to do with the thing. It's going to be in your core. The preferred color scheme is one of them.
Yeah, the color scheme didn't actually change anything. That's weird.
Well, it changed everything over here, and it changed the background behind here.
Yeah.
But it didn't change anything else.
Oh, real quick before we continue, pull up your Opera GX settings. I think it's on the left, the cogwheel, unless yours is in a different strange place.
Oh,
Search
this is
for-
Firefox. I forgot. I was running Firefox today. I've been using GX for so long.
Open in
I forgot I was
GX.
running Firefox because I ran into problems with connecting to my managed switch.
Oh, maybe GX would work better than Firefox then? Maybe Firefox is the problem.
Yeah, that could be a
Yeah.
possibility.
I forgot I'd switched my default browser over because Windows being Windows doesn't show icons on my taskbar anymore because Windows.
Mine shows icons on my taskbar.
Have icons?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a true VTuber,
Yeah.
PingTuber game unless somebody has scuff.
Yeah, I think it might be a Firefox problem. So, and you already have GX, right?
Yeah, I do.
Let's give it a try.
Yeah, let's pull it up over there and
I
see
want
if
to see
it
what this
looks.
does first. Nope, that didn't change anything. Strange.
Yep.
There is a tactician level 5 skill that makes it so you can make spell songs only affect allies or enemies.
Oh, that
Called
is
Hem of the Brave.
Tactician 5, though?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's
Does casting a tactician skill cost a major action?
Color overlay. I need a nice skin
I
tone.
think it depends on the skill.
Because this is if you do a spell song yourself, but a spell song is a major action. So how would you do both?
Oh, that's a good point. It's probably.
It has a.
is it a declaration ability that doesn't take an action? Or a passive of some kind?
I'm wondering what the arrows mean. Does that just mean it's a
Oh, that means something.
quick action?
I'd have to find it.
Like a minor action?
Like a minor noble?
Um,
Oh, alarm going off.
Okay.
I mean, it would take me a lot of class levels to do this, though.
Yeah.
Because I was really just going to go mostly scout. I just want something else to be able to do, like, in combat. Because right now, like, I guess I can just shoot the bow and do a little bit of damage.
Alright, so you're going with Kimyosa for the name?
yeah.
Okie dokie.
I didn't type it in for no friggin' reason.
I'm just making sure.
My other choice is to,
Oh, hey, text is
switch
black
to
now.
Geomancer and just lightning allies sometimes.
I can't see your stream.
Please don't. Please don't do that one.
Why not?
Because it hurts.
You can cancel it before it hits. Like, when you declare the spell and it's like, it's gonna hit pretty, I can be like, I cancel it, and it'll stop before it strikes you lightning.
What?
Granted, it will burn my turn to do nothing, but...
Oh.
yeah, it says it in the class, you can cancel the spell before it hits. There's even a combat feat that lets it hit 2 random targets, and you can cancel one of them and let the other one go through.
That's wild. That's some of these classes, man, are so weird. It's great. I love it.
Well, an aspect is activated, 2 targets are selected at random, and they have to be different, obviously. And you can cancel the aspect. You can choose to cancel both or one, and let the other one still get hit. But then it has another feat that sounds like it does the same exact thing.
Huh. I got something.
Like, look at this one.
Sweet. Hold on. Let me get the reaction stuff set up first. Because right now, Veb is just his normal chibi self. Poor chibi Veb.
I'm going to get Palas's Maraca. That's my end game weapon.
A maraca?
Yep.
So he can shake, shake, shake.
Because it's a mace A. It's a Maraca mace.
Oh, you're still doing maces? Thought you're going hammer.
What?
Well, you see, I haven't actually picked any specializations yet, and there's only so many special musical instruments. So, like, I guess I could also go shield. Oh, you know what? I should go shield A to get the symbol shield.
I love it. No notes. Alrighty. Now.
Oh, no, I need both. I need to combine them.
We're gonna combine.
Now, Kim Yosa. How am I supposed to pronounce that? Yosa or Yasa?
Yes,
Yosa. Okay.
Kim Yo-sa.
Okay. Sir Kim Yosa. This is what I have currently for your character. If you don't like it, we can always update later.
Yeah, nothing. No need to worry about anything too much right now.
You kind of look like I don't want to say Red Hood. Nightwing? Nightwing or Red Robin, just fantasyized?
Red Robin, he's gonna start a burger chain?
Dude,
Um,
Tim Drake becomes Red Robin.
Which one's Tim Drake?
The third Robin.
Isn't he the one that becomes the Red Hood?
Nope, that's the second Robin. That one was...
Red Hood is Jason Todd.
That's him. Yeah, so Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown, and then Damian Wayne. If you don't include any of the others. But the three main ones are Grayson, Todd, and Drake. Drake eventually becomes Red Robin. He also had a stint as Batman. But everybody now has a token. Well, at least not
Allegedly.
a token so much as a reactive GIF of themselves. They are not very good, but I am broke and I don't have the money to get professionally done stuff.
Why not?
Because this stream doesn't make any money and I have a daughter. Pokemon cards are expensive, man.
Told you not to get her on that cardboard crack.
Pokemon?
Carrie Kelly show up as Robin anywhere else lately?
Who?
The original female Robin in the Dark Knight Returns, that was the precursor to Batman Beyond.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. She might have become a Batgirl or Batwoman of some sort.
I always wondered if they ever did more with that character because, I mean, there was a very short, quasi-apocalyptic thing they did with Batman Returns when Bruce Wayne was in his 50s or so, and she was his Robin at that point in time.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't mention her. What was her name again?
Carrie Kelly. Batman Beyond makes references to her still being canon in the TV show. I don't know about the comic books.
There we go. Oh, she does a stint as a Catgirl, a Batgirl, and a Batwoman. She was in the DC Rebirth and the New 52.
Yeah.
And
There's so many there's so many Batman type characters running around these days. I can't keep up with them all.
Alright.
I always wondered if they'd ever do more with Night Runner. I thought it was an interesting concept.
Night Runner? I'm not familiar.
Yeah. Night Runner was when they started doing the whole global Batman family thing. He was essentially the French Batman. Was a parkour specialist
I'm not
out of Paris.
I'm trying my best not to make jokes about running away. Oh, he's Moroccan. That's cool.
Yeah, he was an interesting character to kind of deviated outside of like the normal little window DC tends to live in. That's why I always wondered if they did more with him. But like most of the global Batman characters, they just kind of said they're there and screw dealing with anything out of the US for a while.
All right. Going to give you the opportunity to oops, wrong drop page.
Oh no. There is no token in this scene that gives you visibility of the area.
Ugh, I got you all stuck on the wrong page.
There is no token in this scene which gives you visibility of the area.
There we go. Can you
Same
see?
message.
What? Why has nobody told me you couldn't see the giant map that I had prepared for all of this?
Oh hey, I can see something now.
I'm blaming Prinny for
Did
that.
us we're supposed to be looking at a map.
You didn't say
Yeah.
anything that made me think that I had broken something.
Why
We
would
weren't
we
in
know?
game. We weren't doing anything. We were waiting for characters to be built. Why would we be able to see things?
I don't know. You might be
And
able
then,
to.
as soon as we were going to do something, you put us on the battle map, and we could see it, so it was fine.
Where do I put my skills and crap on this sheet?
If you want to create particular checks, you would go to the check page. And then where it says check, there's a plus. You can add a new check. And 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 a new check.
Alrighty.
I don't know how many you needed.
I don't know how many I needed.
I would say, particularly if you got like a ranger or a scout class,
You know what I have?
you just need monster knowledge. So you have everything. You just need to edit this. Sage is already there. You're good to go there. You don't have anything that'll adjust your initiative, so all that's fine.
Yeah, I'll be working on that in another level or so.
Your willpower is good. Your fortitude is good. Yeah, I would say that's fine. Okay. Now,
I kind of
Okay, what about languages?
a little bit.
languages go on that page with the stuff in description.
Got it.
All the way to the right.
Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Nope, not those. Not those either. Those. You're a basilisk. You turn things into rocks. I'm going to give you a mountain token.
Ring the alarm. Your girl is back. I heard briefly talk about French Batman, but that was the last thing I heard of substance. Did I miss anything?
French
No,
Batman
just
was
me
the most
trying to
important
figure out
thing.
the. Just me trying to figure out how to use this Foundry tool sheet
Making an effective
nonsense.
part is hard.
Making an effective bard is hard. That's why I didn't even look that hard into the option.
Yeah, it looks like to be a decent bard healer, I'm gonna need to get at least level 3 in bard, both for my first finale and so I can have a pet to sing for me. And I'm going to probably need to like get a symbol shield or a Colossus Maraca.
So I can
Theoretically,
have a pet to sing for me?
Yes, you can get a pet to sing for you. But they cannot start a song. They can only maintain a song that you've already started.
What is this class design? Why?
They took the concept of a bard and took it to its proper logical conclusion. Flavor-wise,
By making it suck?
it doesn't suck. It's just
It has 2 really strong abilities that I really want. Actually, they might not be as strong as. Ooh, you know what I'm realizing? That now that I realize how power works, these abilities I thought were pretty solid might actually be kind of shit.
That's the sign of effective class design right there.
as it should be.
Oh, yeah.
From clipboard. I'm just
Increasing characters' MP by power 0 plus bardic power points means that when you get this finale, I think your bardic power would be 3 plus your your bard level's 3 plus your spirit, which in my case would be 7. So I would be able to restore between 7 and 13 mana to someone once per day.
I mean, that's not terrible. That's on par with like the Geomancers. I can heal you once per day for similar values ability.
But remember,
don't
it's
we
random.
effectively get to do it for free?
Listen, minor classes,
Yeah.
big abilities really aren't as impactful because they're minor classes, and that's kind of the way I've seen this system work so far.
Geomancer's heal's not even that good.
With the exception of Grappler and grappling rules.
Dumb question.
There are no dumb questions here.
Only
Oh,
I
dumb
don't.
questions.
I don't see one on the wiki. Is there a master list of languages somewhere?
No. So, basically, just about every race has a racial language or a regional language, depending on what they are and where they're from. The big ones are Trade Common, Regional Dialect, Yoma, and Barbarous. There's also Draconic or Drakish, depending on what region you're from. Sylvan will let you talk to anything that's fairy adjacent. And then Arcana will let you talk and read magic. Magitech will let you talk and read Magitech. How many languages do you have access to?
A bunch.
I was in a similar boat. I'll just tell you my list. Trade Common, Arcana, Barbarous, Drakish, Sylvan, Elven, Regional Dialect, and Yoma.
Oh, that reminds me. We forgot to make sure everybody had the right amount of languages, didn't we? Or I should say...
I did mine when I was doing my secondary skills, because I got bonus languages from a few of them.
Okay, description languages.
Like Enchanter, gave me Sylvan and stuff like that. I'm a witchling, so I got Baba Yaga and Barbarous for free in addition to Common. Or not, sorry, Barbarous and Baba Yaga. Barbarous and Arcana.
So, language is key, blah blah blah. In Raxia is no difference. Characters who know the same language are able to communicate with one another.
So Yuma, does Yuma have a written language?
Yoma? No. It's purely spoken.
Okay. See, and where is that kind of information?
Page 74, 75 of the core rulebook 1.
Be right back.
There's various.
Anywho, characters who acquired the Sage class can learn either speaking or written in one language per level. So you get one more language, or I guess one extra language on top of the stuff that you should know. Which in your case, as
I already have all of them except that one, well, almost.
I was about to open Barbarous Rage, double check everything. That's the wrong one.
You're welcome to double check it, but I should have everything here except I gotta pick one extra language.
Yeah, you got Trade Language, Barbaric, and Yoma. Yeah.
My recommendation would be Regional Dialect.
Yeah, I have no knowledge of any of the regions, so above board anyway.
Regional Dialect is a universal language that applies to every language you have, so you understand the regional dialects of every language that you have. So, for example, Trade Common
doesn't match what I'm seeing in the book here.
Oh.
There are multiple playable species that just give you regional dialect, quote unquote, as the language.
I think they're just referencing, like, are you from Burlight? Are you from yada 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 yada? By the way, you are from Burlight.
Did I misunderstand?
Because page 75 and 76 says regional dialect and then has select one.
Okay.
E.g. Burlight.
I need to pick the magic continent.
Do I have a big world map? I need to include a big world map. Where's the big world map?
Hey, Dia, off the top of your head, what's the magic continent that all of, like, the weird races come from?
What was that? Sorry, wife came in.
What's the name of the continent the Barbarous live on?
No, not the Barbarous. Barbarous live everywhere.
Oh.
It's like the...
You were keeping track of
the magic races.
Guys, I need to go grab the dog, so I will be right back. We'll call this a game pause.
Okay.
I assumed you
All-Frame is
meant
the other major
Ilson.
continent. That's what it is. So I'll have All-Frame as regional dialect.
I assumed you were going for Ilson Island.
Oh no. Despite being a witchling, Baba Yaga don't like live in any specific part of the world. They're just kind of around. Alright. Fix that. Like, my mother raised me in the mystical forest, to the north of Harves, and like we traveled through frontier towns a lot, acting as kind of traveling apothecaries and spellcasters, just helping people out.
Languages of wizard type classes. Priest. None. I guess priests don't speak.
We just don't need to have a special language to cast, unlike wizards.
And
You just be like,
artificers,
"Be
apparently.
healed, ye," and they're healed.
Yeah, since you're a sorcerer, and you cast through true speech, I think you have to know Arcana.
Yeah, I get it automatically.
Cool. Conjurer doesn't, but also Conjurer doesn't just word cast.
Actually, yeah, Conjurer does.
Conjurer does not just word cast.
No, I mean Conjurer gets Arcana for free just for taking a level in Conjurer.
I thought it didn't, as per the new book.
Page 74 of Core Book 1. In addition, you also acquire languages from wizard type classes that you have acquired. Languages acquired through wizard type classes can be spoken or written. If a language is only spoken or written, that is the extent to which it can be acquired. And both Sorcerer and Conjurer grant Arcana. So taking a level in either one gives you Arcana, just like taking a level of Artificer gives you Magitech.
I already had the language spoken and written from being a witchling, so it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, overlaps.
Yeah. I'm double fluent. I don't know. Maybe that means I'm good at modern and ancient Arcana. Ooh, actually, I like that as a dialect. Ancient. Understanding ancient versions of languages sounds cool. I'm gonna do that. That was a pretty good sweet and sour chicken meal. I'm gonna go throw my trash away. Oh. You should post it in the server. It's really stylish. I like that. And she's back again.
Kobolds don't have their own language. Sad.
I mean, most barbarous races don't. Basilisk being the super special, super ethereal race. They get one. I don't remember if Garuda get one.
The scissor scorpions get one. Centaurs get one.
Well, yeah. But that's because they're Taric races and are inherently better than all of us, so makes sense. I really wanted to play a Scissor Scorpion super badly, but I didn't because I thought you were playing a Rider.
Alrighty.
And now I'm just Hannah. Not that I mind being Hannah. Hannah's cool. I'm happy with her.
Okie dokie. I also use this opportunity to grab my notes and my Core 1 book.
Nice, nice.
Wunderbar. Alright, Veb, where are we at?
Y'all don't have to wait on me. I don't know how many times I got to say that.
We're here to wait and help.
Yeah, also we've got nothing else to do tonight. So, this is not proper session 1. This is finishing session 0 as a 0.5. Part 2, HD Mega Mix.
Remaster.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, there we go. All those subtitles featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
I'm not gonna lie. Anywho, I actually need to adjust some of my notes because some of these people don't make up sense anymore. Because we don't have a Maria or an Asmodai or a Kairos.
I don't.
I'm back.
What do those
Welcome back.
words mean?
They're other characters that typically play in the group. I
But
had.
Osmo is here.
I don't believe you.
Alright, bye,
What?
Osmo. Oh, that's right, because this is my first time playing with this proper group. I get to have notes made about me.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Asmodai.
Whale or Vera, either works.
Whale.
We have notes.
Yeah, we have special campaign-specific notes that
I
are
have a-
super cool and dedicated GM Dia prepares for character stuff.
Just don't expect him to know where those notes are the next session.
Hey, look.
I knew exactly where they were this session. They were downstairs in my backpack because I forgot to bring them upstairs.
So I just realized this alicorn is fucking huge. What the hell? Why is it so big?
Phrasing?
No, why is the alicorn so big? It's the size of a mountain.
I
And it's not perspective, it's the lower hooves are clearly in the lake.
it's an artist rendition.
Famous artist rendition of the giant lake-sized alicorn.
He's just hanging out.
I mean,
You know what?
nobody's gonna
Knowing what I
believe
know-
that Xeniasta arena is that big.
Listen, knowing what I know about the Uses magical principality, they probably have one of those. Like, there probably is just a giant alicorn to the northeast or northwest of their city.
I'm fairly
They're
certain.
just like, yeah, we occasionally feed it baby owls because they're not really people. It's the whole thing.
Again, I'm fairly certain that that's just an artist rendition or just flavor for the thing.
But the
Like-
dragon is canon. There is a mountain spanning dragon that's been seen.
But I don't
So I
think
have the
that
alicorn up.
is the mountain spanning dragon that's been seen.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. That dragon is pretty accurate to size. It's stylized, obviously, but it is multiple mountains big. So why would the alicorn not be? Why would
I'm,
that be the exception?
I plead the fifth.
Listen, just please let me ride the giant alicorn. I'm a maiden with a pure heart. I just want to ride a white steed that could step on a city. Listen, you can judge me all you want, but we've all played Shadow of Colossus wishing we could control the Colossi as mounts.
Isn't that the
I mean, you,
follow-up game though?
you can whenever,
Well, you get
depending
to
on where you stab them.
Not really controlling them. That's violently murdering them.
That's what you do with horses when you spur them.
You don't
Same
violently
thing.
Well,
murder
that's
horses to
also-
spur them.
No,
Also,
you
spurring
stab them with
horses
spurs.
is horrific animal abuse. And yes, horses deserve it, but it's not animal abuse.
I do not espouse these beliefs for anybody listening in chat. I love animals of all shapes and sizes.
I love animals too. All chatters out there, horses are on record for kicking children as a fun activity. They like to do it. They're monsters.
Actually, I find that completely understandable. I'm on the horse's side with this one.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, the kids are not bothering them. What they will do is they will like invite kids over to pet them at like petting zoos, and when a kid comes over, they'll get kicked in the fucking face.
That's fair.
I
That's fine.
like horses like 10 times as much now. That's freaking brilliant. I didn't realize they were that smart.
They're not. They're just vindictive.
They are a little vindictive. Alrighty. How do I want to take...
Also, they're walking on giant fingernails.
I was going to say on Sunshine.
They're failures of evolution, and they make the sunfish
They
look
are
like
not
immaculate
failures of
design.
evolution, sir.
The only reason horses aren't extinct is because humans found a use for them.
And they escaped the death continent of America.
Well,
When it was still a death continent.
also,
escape?
like, modern day horses were found and bred in, like, the breadbasket steps
Modern
of
day
what
horses are
would
found in
become the
bread?
Mediterranean.
I knew it. Sage gives you more than just monster knowledge. I've been hunting for this for
It gives you
ages.
like
Yeah,
another
I told you
language.
that.
Are you talking about the chart where that shows you like all the breakdowns of the different kinds of knowledges and stuff?
Yeah, the skills.
No, I'm talking about page 116 where Sage gives you insight checks and
Yeah.
cartography checks and
So the thing D is talking about
Literature.
is just a visual representation of what you're talking about. That you're talking about the same thing though.
Yeah, but most of those can still fall under the role of okay. Just type in knowledge check package and then you're good. Because those are all the same thing.
Have I done that?
Yeah.
I need to do that if not.
So yeah, if you want to make your life easier, and I totally support this, there are 4 different types of types of check packages. There's the technique check package, there's the movement check package, there's the observation check package, and then there's the knowledge check package. All of which is a bundle of different checks that you can utilize depending on what you're rolling. Like in the case of Veb and him talking about me misleading him. Totally not on purpose, I swear.
I just knew there was something else beyond monster knowledge that Sage gave you
Yes.
as far as knowledge checks went. I just couldn't find the actual frickin' list.
Yes. I should probably go ahead and template that into a PDF for people to use.
I mean,
Because this book puts stuff all over the place.
it's a little late for that, but sure.
I mean, again, you can do a quick reference of here are my 4 check packages, and if you're like, what do I have reference to, or what do I want to use X or Y or Z for, I can go and look for X, Y, or Z. That said, some of these do utilize different ability bonuses,
Yeah.
even though they might be in a certain check package.
Yeah.
Like climb and strength.
Climb is a strength-based check.
But they both utilize your adventurer class. And you know what else you have handy on your character sheet?
Adventurers classing?
Not what I was going to say. If you go to your check class, or your check tab, you see how it has all your classes there?
Yeah, adventure
With
level.
all of the other things like your dexterity, your agility, your strength, your vitality, your spirit. If you know which kind of roll you're trying to make, you can just click off of that.
Yeah, but that requires me to remember which things I actually have skills to roll in, which is what I really needed noted down.
So, Veb, you want me to read off my nonsensical skill list?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that reminds me, Veb, you're going to need to pick some common classes here after you're done with all of this mess.
You don't
Common
have
classes?
to.
Yes, you don't have to, but you have up to 10 points you can spread against common classes. Things like chef, minor noble, butler.
Is this work skills thing I'm looking at?
Yes.
It's that.
Okay.
That'll be in Raxia Life as well as I had the
Epic
book,
Treasury,
Epic
page
Treasury.
65. I've got it open.
Okay, cool. Those will give you some certain bonuses here and there for other things. You can put up to 5 into a certain class if you want to have just 5 years worth of experience doing something. I know it's more complicated than that, but point being, experience. Oops, not that. I just want to create a generic scene called world map or all frame continent.
I think my favorite skill is probably oral memory. That's so cool.
The Baba Yagas, they never write down their own history. It's all passed down through.
No, not oral as an O-R-A-L. Aural as A-U-R-A-L, meaning I can memorize sounds perfectly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cool.
My favorite skill is strength check.
Strength check is a good skill, I agree.
Where do those need to be written down?
You can put them on your class or ability and class page. If you want to do that, you just go in and create a new skill. Or it calls it skill. God damn it. You
What?
create a new class. You go to the details page. You'll put common class. You'll leave the hyphen as a hyphen, and then you'll type it in like so. And boom, you have a common class.
I don't know.
Yeah, but how's the level work without screwing with your character level?
So, because they don't use XP, and their levels are tracked individually, it doesn't. The sheet just handles it fine.
Yep, see? 5 in chef, and none of your adventure level has been changed.
That's kind of weird.
Well, no, they're their own thing. So,
Whereas if you were to do 5 here, boom, adventure level 5.
Since you're not filling out, or since actually, is it going off at the table or the class type to know not to add it in?
I'm not sure.
it's going off of whatever you set the class as. So,
It's got to be the class type.
yeah, it's
I think the
class
common
type.
class doesn't get equated to the adventure level.
That is absolutely correct. Also, you can just set it as non-class as well, and it won't count it. That's what I have mine set as.
That is technically an option.
Chef,
Okay.
chef, chef.
If you set it as non-class, does it still show up in your check window?
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know that common class didn't adjust levels, so I just did them all as no class to be safe.
Yep, no, common class does the same.
I have a
Makes
plus
sense.
8 to Teamster based strength checks. I am ready to work in a team.
You roll up to the union and you're like, all right, try and bust this, and then you just punch your boss in the face.
I don't think Shinju. I don't know. Unions just seem so aggressive. I don't know if Shinju's for that.
Unions are only aggressive when the management is aggressive.
Yes, you only get angry at the corporation.
Yeah. If the corporation works with you on like a human basis,
I don't
no
know
reason to
about
ever
that.
throw hands.
I feel like Shinju is very accepting of authorities above her.
All right, well that's a problem. Don't worry though.
She's a
I
priest.
was
What do
about
you
to
want
say,
from her?
how many literal wars have unions been in just America's history?
Well,
Official
considering
or
the government
unofficial?
has allowed corporations to wage war on its soil a lot.
Now
more
we
than
are
most
getting into
countries.
cyberpunk territory. Let's call them our tits.
Cyberpunk. I'm talking about actual real
Yeah, so am
history.
I.
Shush, 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 shush. Corporations would
right,
never
no.
hurt us.
I love corporations.
Lies from hell.
Anywho,
Shinju is pro corporation.
anywho,
If they weren't supposed to be that big, why did the gods let them get that big?
the
There are
gods
no
didn't let them get
corporations on
that
this
big.
world.
I'm pretty sure there are corporations.
What is it? What is an adventurer guild if not but a corporation?
A
Yeah.
guild?
What do you think a guild
Corporation,
is?
Guild,
Not
same
a
difference.
corporation?
A guild is a corporation.
That is insane. No.
Yeah,
Corporations
not
have a
really.
completely unique structure and are a fairly modern invention.
You're right. Corporations actually allow for things like R&D and progress. Guilds actually didn't.
Well, it depended on the guild.
I'd say-
90% of the guilds did not like.
Sure, a lot of guilds were about preserving technique and keeping it secret.
Right.
But
Particularly like
especially when it
craft
came
guilds
to, like, merchants guilds, ironically enough.
and crafting guilds.
Well, no. I mean, merchants guilds were usually more open about that kind of stuff, like testing and experimenting.
Of course, anything new that could make them money was gold.
Yeah, exactly. You don't hold on to the old ways because the old ways made money yesterday. I want to make money tomorrow.
Anyway, I applied a new map to.
It's
And see it-
completely black. You have to give us vision.
I don't believe you.
All right, well.
Why do you keep doing this?
Because I forget that that's a setting.
Because he hates maps.
I love maps, sir.
Yeah, maps are great.
To me, maps are like 90% of the game.
Although, I do have mad respect for Will White being just the treasure of an author he is. By, like, actively refusing to draw maps and use hard numbers in his stuff, ever.
That sounds terrible.
Well, he doesn't make role-playing games, he writes books.
Still, how am I supposed to know where I'm at if I don't have a map?
Well, because he'll tell you where you are.
I get that he's telling me where I'm at, but it's nice to follow along.
No.
I want homework, sir, while I'm doing my reading.
Yeah, no. Your homework is enjoying what Will White writes.
I can't enjoy it without a map.
They did force him to make a map of the world, but that's about as good as you're gonna get. He has actively said multiple times that he writes stories so they cannot be power scaled, which is so good.
But
That sounds like putting the cart before the horse to me, but okay.
Well,
He
no.
writes
Sorry, when I
stories so he
say
can't
actively,
power
what I
scale?
mean is he avoids using, like, measurable metrics because he thinks it takes away from fantasy when stuff can be measured like that.
I disagree.
And that's fine. But also, the Cradle series is one of the best works of fiction of the modern time. When I say modern, I mean post-2000s era. Let me clarify that. Because modern
Okay,
means
to be
different
fair,
stuff
that's
to
not a very
different-
high bar to clear.
I like Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah,
Brian?
Brandon Sanderson writes incredibly well.
Right now, I'm reading into his.
He also kind of does the opposite of what you're describing and gets way too far in the weeds and details of
Yeah, he's
everything
like,
he
hey,
writes.
this magic system, what if I mathed it? And then he proceeds to write 3 books about how the math is really cool. And all of us have to agree that the Mormon did really cool math.
What?
Brandon Sanderson's Mormon, and it comes across pretty strong in his writing if you know what to look for.
I'm gonna have to look for it now. Anyway,
I mean,
I'm reading the.
the entire plot of the Mistborn trilogy is like, oh, the ruling theocracy was actually right the whole time. And
I'm reading the Emperor's Soul right now.
the Way of Kings is like, oh, you really should have been more suspicious of all those native and foreign people.
I mean, are they wrong? I think you should
Wow.
be suspicious of everyone. Also,
Pretty.
be suspicious of the non-natives and non-foreigners. Just be suspicious. Don't trust anyone. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
except it's not that.
Brenny.
It's very
Wow.
yeah. Also, what the fuck?
I work in cybersecurity. Suspicion is my life.
What does that have to do with being suspicious against natives specifically? The fuck is
Social engineering. I don't know. They'll scam you just like anyone else would.
Yeah, but I said in specific. Not in general.
I'm getting canceled, and it's not my fault.
I would specifically worry about them pity mongering. That's the one I'd worry about from them.
What mongering?
Pity. You said which one in specific? Everyone has like different angles they'll try to use on you.
Sure, if they're trying to scam you, I guess. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the religious theocracy being right that the natives were actually harboring a dark secret and couldn't be trusted. Like nothing he writes about is a clear real-world allegory, but
that one seems very Mormon, though.
the Mormon comes out so hard if you know how to read it.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about them, so whenever I hear, like, be suspicious of people, like, yeah, do that.
No,
Be suspicious of everyone, always.
Very specific. Mormons have a very, let's call it dark history with Native Americans specifically and indigenous people in general.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't have a dark history with indigenous people? Including the indigenous people.
Yeah, no. No, there's a special, like, the joke that England sent over blankets specifically infected with smallpox was something that the Mormons actually tried to do.
Not to mention it's baked into their religion that the natives with darker skin had the dark skin because of sin.
Yep, they are the descendants of Cain and are marked forever by the stain of the sins of their fathers, and are lesser people.
I wonder how they describe Jewish and Muslim people. if the dark skin is the sin of the mark of Cain. Anyway, that said, most Mormon people I have met
Only
haven't been bad
figuring
people.
out like centuries of theology, aren't you?
Yeah, no, like, most of the Mormons that I've had the pleasure of knowing are not Mormon fundamentalists. They're Mormon in the same way that a lot of Americans in the modern day are Christian, where they're kind of like passive, non-denominational observers. Mormons just believe there's a book 3. Or I guess a book 4, counting
book
the...
Different book 3.
What's the Muslim book called?
The Quran.
The Quran.
The Quran. Okay.
And there is a book 2 for the Quran or the Muslim faith.
Well, and the Quran really doesn't build off of the selective portions of the Talmud that Christianity and Mormonism do either.
Also, the screen is still totally black, Dia. Can't see a thing.
Really? I thought I fixed that.
You did not.
Nope.
Negative Ghost Rider.
There we go.
Hey,
Anywho, let's get back on track and get away
No,
from
we're
this
not
weird.
talking about religious history.
We're
There's
getting
a track.
I guess explaining the world we're in. We are on the All-Frame continent. This is in the world of Raxia, the second setting of, I guess the second setting of Sword World. If you'd played Sword World 1, or watched things like Record of Lodoss War, Rune Soldier, and Crystania? There's a third anime out there that's set in the Sword World universe. Anyway, those are all set in the first Sword World. We are playing on the second Sword World, Raxia. And the second continent, possibly third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, but the 2.5 continent of All-Frame. We, in particular, are going to be down here at this little happy region called Burlight. Way down south. Now let me get my handy dandy book out. And go to Burlight. As a reference for your adventure setting, the Burlight lies in the southwest part of All-Frame. The climate is mild throughout the year due to the warm breezes of the South Seas. Think, I guess Mediterranean? Anywho, the region has 4 rich seasons, centered on the Daigad Mountains, stretching to the north, from north to south. The region is divided into 3 areas. The southern part, which is rich source of marine products. The eastern part, which has many forests and wetlands. And the western part, which has many wilderness areas. We are in the guiding port, Kingdom Harvez. Harvez? We're going to say Harvez. And let me go ahead and go back to the landing page real quick. We'll be here. Little knot Rome. Anywho, located in the southwest coast of the Burlight region, Harvez is a vibrant regional power. It was founded by Harvin City Alliance shortly after the Diabolic Triumph. Eventually became a state. It has existed for approximately 200 years. The government is a monarchy ruled by King Vice Harvez, human, although his mother was Lucant, male, and about 25 years old, who took the throne 3 years ago. Vice is brave, witty, and friendly, and is supported not only by the citizens but also by the nobility. However, due to his youth, he lacks political knowledge and experience and is targeted by some of the nobles. The population of the kingdom is approximately 80,000. Of these, 40% are human, 30% are Lucant, and the remaining 30 are other races, which you all have decided to be a part of. Welcome to the 30%.
It's not my fault.
Which is fairly typical distribution within the continent. They hold many festivals and enjoy cuisine from various regions with which they trade. Harvez is situated in the north, or at the mouth of the Warda River. That is the most southern way to just say water. I'll have some water. Which flows from the Daigad Mountains, and thus the kingdom has an abundant water resources. Historically, the city developed around the river, the 3 major occupations representing Harvez as farmers who cultivate the land, merchants who trade and transport goods, and soldiers and adventurers who protect them. The capital has a network of canals running through the city, and are even state licensed, or they even have some state licensed ferrymen. The city is also famous for its state-run public baths, its open-air markets with stalls lining both alleys, and waterways, and an irregular auction market held in the main square. The city is also known for free, pure drinking water offered at quality restaurants. Although Harvez has always had contact with other countries across the All-Frame continent using sailing ships and magic boats, ships powered by Magitech, it has recently achieved its long-held goal of rebuilding Magitech boats that can sail the open seas and has established shipping routes to other continents. The number of ocean-going vessels is still small. The routes are hardly safe, so the number of people arriving from other continents is not large. However, the beginnings of regular exchange with the outside world are greatly welcomed. Adventurers often escort such travelers and gather materials for building ships. There are plans to build railways from the Rajaha Empire in the northwestern part of the Elframe continent and to the UC's magical principality in the northeast. The project began with the recent opening of the railroad between the Rajaha and the northern states of the continent. Rajaha wants to connect with Harvez and become a key trading post, while UC's, which has become cut off from the railroad network, wants to open a line to Harvez and other regions as soon as possible. The Harvez government seems to have largely succeeded in securing both lines and keeping their own costs as low as possible by making the other two nations compete with one another. The demand for adventurers to escort workers, to monitor rails, etc., is rising as line construction continues. Thus, Harvez has no shortage of work for adventurers. That's the gist of it for now that you need to know. Any questions?
Nope.
Yeah. What am I hammering first, perhaps?
Your character details. I think there was a way to build actual, like, or not build, but bake some backstory into your characters, and I forget if it was in this book or not.
Well, you see, I was found in a mine, and then I did some stuff and odd jobs, and then I decided to go beat things with a hammer.
That is certainly a backstory, or at least part of one.
I don't know what other details I could name.
Where did you find your religion? Or how did you find your religion?
Not important.
Oh, there's also History Table A, History Table B, and C. There's a Why I Went on Adventure table if you'd like. Oh, these are starting on page 52.
I'm kind of like pearlescent and moon, like, kind of moonish. So I was like, oh man, that symbol on that church looks kind of like me. I should see what it's all about. And then, that's just how it goes.
All right, Kobold.
What? Oh, Kip ran away from a tribe because it was being oppressed by. Oh wait, I wrote it all down. Let me look.
Literally any of the other barbarous races.
A group of Diablos.
Okay.
So I ran away from them. Took my sister with me. Got found by adventurers. They brought us back to Harves, I think is what you call the city.
Harvez. Also, you have a sister?
Yeah.
What's your
It's
sister's
in my
name?
backstory that her name's Kimmy. Kimmy the Kobold. With Kip the Kobold.
She's a younger sister, right?
Yes.
Kill
And
little kobold.
ever since I made it to the city, I've been doing odd jobs to try to make money to stay alive.
Okay. By the way, this is possibly what your adventuring group would know. Or at least as far as you're willing to share with them.
Well, and since I'm a vagrant, I don't get guild ranks, so they just pay me in money. Since I'm a barbarous race, they don't trust me to be an official adventurer.
That is actually in character. Or I would guess works with the character concept.
Which is the whole reason I wanted to be a vagrant was for a certain skill, but I'm not even using it now.
You can get rid of that and
Nope,
not be a vagrant
it's permanent
anymore.
now. My other option is to go back to being melee again.
Okay, never mind then. If that's your go-to. Hannah, do you want to let the party know what they would know about you?
Yeah. So Hannah is not from the big city. She and her mother were kind of excuse me. She and her mother were like traveling mages on the northern border of the Kingdom of Harvest. Her mother, being a much more talented and capable mage than herself, who is somewhat weak at magic despite her lineage, was always kind of just there to help. She picked up a lot of different skills, most importantly, that of a performer. She was kind of the face, the smiling, greeting customer service girl for her mom's work. And would often be in charge of keeping like the kids entertained while her mom and the parents took care of whatever needed being taken care of. Recently, she has gotten permission from her mother to come join the Adventurers Guild so that she can kind of find her own way in life and discover her own strength. But more importantly, find a people that she can help, like her mother has done to the sort of forgotten northern border of the kingdom. She's very proud of her mom. She's very proud of what she's done, and she'll talk about it pretty much nonstop if you let her. She's very much a mama's girl.
One question above board. What was your father's name? Or did you not
She
pick one?
has no idea.
Okay, I'm gonna have fun with that.
I'm not sure if I gave you a name or not. I don't think so.
No, I
No, I
think
gave
the
you- I
name you
gave you
gave
her
was the
mom's
mother's
name.
name.
Yeah.
So
Ziavas was her mom's name.
okay.
And nope. Her mother has never told her father's name, and she has never really cared to know.
Awesome.
She's not felt like the absence of a father, because, oh, Baba Yaga, even weak little witchlings like herself, are sort of naturally inclined to just be raised with a mom.
Fair enough.
So it's not like she's ever been super curious. She's just been doing her best.
Perfect. Kim Yosa. Do you have any semblance of a backstory ready yet?
It's negatory.
Oakley dokley.
But don't worry, I'll get there. I'm working on it.
Oakley dokley. So, you 4 characters are an adventurer team. If you have any concepts of a name to go with that adventuring team, you can let me know. Otherwise, it's not really that necessary. After all, this is not an anime. What are you talking about?
I feel like we'll establish our group name when we're more established as a group, because we're just getting to know each other and feel each other out.
That is fair. You are fairly new to this. Some of you aren't even guild members. Or at least one of you isn't even a guild member.
In that respect, Hannah is both absolutely the kind of anime protagonist that would sign up her group for just a name that she picked, while also being far too concerned about other people's opinions and feelings to actually go through with that.
Alrighty. There is actually some other stuff I need to read to you guys now. At least while we get everything prepped before the first of the first session.
Reading. Fancy.
So, the adventure is going to begin in the city of Harvez and Burlight, the region. Now you already know where that is. You guys are new adventurers and have registered with the Adventurers Guild Dragonfire branch in Harvez.
Sounds pretty fancy.
Yes. This adventure is... Here's the introduction. The village of Dale is a farming community located on the edge of the grain belt. A group of barbarous have established a lair near this village and have begun raiding the nearby farmland. The task of exterminating these barbarous has been brought to the attention of the Adventurers Guild Dragonfire. The barbarous sighted so far have all been goblins. It's not a difficult job. At least, that's what everyone in the guild believes. It should be the ideal mission for new recruits seeking adventure for the first time. Anywho. I think we will call it there for the night, so we don't just dive headfirst into the adventure with only like 20 minutes to spare. I will help Veb with his character if he has any questions.
I'm just trying to figure out equipment.
Awesome. And then next week, we'll start killing everything.
Woohoo!
And try to avoid any deep-seated conversations about ethnicity, religion, or etc. As long as it doesn't pertain to the game, that is.
You have a half barber's party going out to kill a barbarous race.
Yes,
for the
but that's
simple
all. That all.
fact of being barbarous.
That all pertains. That all pertains to the game itself. Keep the real world out of my peanut butter, there, Prinny.
You've done this to yourself.
I did not. We talked about an author, and then it divulged into weirdness.